Good morning, everybody. I am the Ranting Monkey. This is Someday, and I have Gutenberg here with me this morning. I actually have a guest as we start because I'm kind of prepared today. Say hi, Gut.
Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. What is today? Thursday morning, right? Thursday?
It's Thursday, October
Fifth.
24th,
Fifth.
5th. It's
25th.
something like that.
It is indeed the 25th, and it's Thursday, so you know what that means. Tomorrow's Friday. And for the working man, it's the greatest day of the week.
There you go. Dak says, I knew if I would just wait long enough, he would be summoned. Well, I actually woke up at 7:55 this morning. So this is ambitious for me. Y'all getting to hear me wake up yet again. I do want to apologize for yesterday's stream. For those of you who saw it, it was a great stream, but there was a really quick flash of a screen where I kind of let some personal information get on there, and it had to go bye-bye. So all the
stream, huh?
all the stuff about fascist titties had to go away.
Oh no!
But we might have it because Poppy's in chat there, and it was her boobs who were censoring people yesterday.
Poppy, did you get your eye fixed yet?
She hasn't. She's still got that up. So guys, make sure you donate. Throw the link in there, Poppy. Speaking of links, I have one for Streamlabs down below. I would put it in chat, but it's too fucking early for that.
It is too early for that, and I just got off work.
My hands don't work. So Poppy says, "God damn it, Monkey! Hey, it was your nipple that did the silencing. She has fascist nipples, apparently.
It was her nipple, really?
Yeah.
Wait.
She puts her phone in her bra while she listens sometimes, and her nipple it didn't time somebody out. It just muted them for a minute in the stream.
Oh God!
And it was somebody in the chat there, so it was." Good morning, Scribbles. Anyway, guys, let's jump into a couple of really stupid things. First off, we had two more. One was a bomb. The other one has just been labeled as a suspicious package. But two more people got packages yesterday, or were kind of. One was Robert De Niro, and according to the FBI, they didn't open this package like the CNN one that we see all over the place. It was X-rayed, and it seems to be the exact same thing. And then the other one was a suspicious package sent to Biden, which they said had a white powder in it.
I got a question for you. Someone raised a good point on, I believe it was Reddit or Twitter last night when I was reading at work. Do you think the people that were sent these bombs actually opened their own mail?
No, none of them.
None of them. Do you think Robert De Niro or Clinton or fucking Soros opens packages?
Oh, no. No, absolutely not. And even the one with De Niro, it wasn't like delivered anywhere he would get it. It was just put apparently inside his office building somewhere where he has his production company, because all actors have production companies now.
Right.
Which is weird. Somebody is running around New York doing this, because the Soros one, and this makes it sound like that one might have been hand delivered as well. The Soros one, they say, was hand delivered. Didn't go through any mail. Suspicious packages, those make me curious. Yeah, don't open those. Don't open suspicious packages. What you do is you have your neighbor open it for you if you don't like them.
By the way, who is still getting mail? Who still opens mail? I don't. Right? I do everything online. I pay all my bills online. I pay everything. I haven't opened probably a letter since fucking, I don't know, Bush's fucking last term.
We get mail, but not like we used to. I mean, occasionally a hospital bill will come in. That all comes through.
Right. Yeah, but hospital bills, you kind of have to.
Saying.
Hospital bills, you have to, because I mean, you can't go online and check your hospital bill, right? As far as I know,
you can actually these days.
Can you?
Yeah, right. You have to sign up for. I don't do it though, because I don't give a fuck. Just send me the bill. We'll take care of it that way.
Too many passwords, man. Too many passwords over the years. I had to fucking try to remember to get into all these fucking things I got to do day to day. It's annoying.
Bear says he's gutted. He's gonna miss it. Why are you gonna miss it, Bear? You're a staple in these parts.
So, Monkey, okay. What is your conspiracy theory on these packages? Do you have one? I'm sure
My
everybody's got a little
conspiracy
something.
theory is still that this is a crazed Bernie Sanders fan.
Bernie Sanders, huh? Who's going to Sanders? Do you think any possibility it could have been from the upper echelon of the DNC? Probably a mid level. It was probably a mid level delegated from the top.
Maybe. I mean, at this point, I can't rule anything out. I saw somebody yesterday who said, if you go to the false flag theory, then I can't take you seriously. I'm like, well, if you don't consider it as a real possibility, I can't take you seriously. Because yeah, it can happen. I think if it was that, excuse me, I think if it was coming from somebody who supports the DNC, I think it would probably just be some moron who we've probably read on Twitter before,
Right.
the Crassian brothers or whatever the hell their name is.
Right.
I can see those two idiots doing it with no problem.
Have you been paying attention to some of the GOP fucking ads that have been coming out showing the far left violence going on in the streets?
I haven't. The only ad I saw this year was the I forget what race it was, but where they had the two black women talking about how if the way they treat Kavanaugh becomes a real thing, it's going to hurt black men the most because black men shouldn't be dating white girls because they just yell rape anyway.
Right.
It was such a great commercial.
Here's my conspiracy theory. With all the attacks on Republicans and just Trump supporters in general, right? That's out in the ethos now of our society, is it not? Everybody knows it's going on. There's very little violence of Trump supporters against the left. Very, very fucking little. And it's usually in self-defense when you see like the Battle of Berkeley and all that kind of shit, right? So in the mind of like a DNC think tank, don't you think to persuade the public that the right are violent, that bombs sent to some of the top people in the Democratic organization would kind of level the playing field a little bit because that would get national news?
Oh yeah, I have no problem believing that at all. One of the reasons I do not think this is some like crazed right winger is, at least from the experience I have watching them, their shenanigans. At least one of the bombs would have worked. I mean, these are guys who they test, and thankfully none of these worked. I don't want to see any of these people blown up.
That's debatable.
But that to me is probably the biggest red flag, is that literally none of them worked.
Right. If you're going to go through all that kind of trouble, I mean, God, when we were growing up, it was an anarchist cookbook.
Yeah.
Right. When you learn how to make pipe bombs and how to fucking destroy your neighbor's lawn without any detection or any shit like that. Fucking, if someone was really planning to do that kind of shit, I think they would actually follow through, because if they're caught, it's going to be just like they fucking pretty much blew someone up.
Yeah,
for the most part, right? I mean, obviously, a death versus just a fucking random fake bomb is two different things, but still, you're fucking with the upper echelon of the DNC. There's going to be fucking repercussions.
Well, whoever gets caught for this, either way, is going to be subjected to terrorism laws.
Absolutely.
And yeah, they're going away forever.
Yeah. You can't fuck with Soros like that.
No.
I think, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. God, you know what the greatest gift for the GOP would be right now is to find out that literally was some like a mid-level guy or a bottom rung guy of a DNC, whatever, that did that shit.
Dude, here's the thing. If it is, and this is just what I've seen again over and over, this will disappear so fast and we will never hear about it again, that I don't think it would really help them at all.
Right.
I mean, I get what you're saying. At the very least, it would make it just go away. But because, I mean, yesterday all day, hashtagging MAGA bomber. And by the way, I did notice that Twitter didn't take that down for, being
it was
incorrect.
trending. It was trending for about fucking 16 hours.
Yeah, there was no this is fake news. We can't be putting it out there. Morning, Dax.
Morning.
Man, fuck you, Dan.
Eat shit, dude.
But yeah, let's see. So Biden got suspicious white powder. How do we know that just wasn't from his coke dealer?
Oof.
It probably was.
Oof. Good Lord. You think Biden gets all jitted up?
Oh, without a doubt.
If I
Parties
was
on the
told
weekend?
Biden was on coke, I would believe it easy.
I don't know. I bet he did a lot of coke in his 30s, 40s, right? To stay awake and do all that fucking shit he was doing, but whatever the fuck. Who was he? A senator, right? I always
Yeah, he was a
forget what he
senator.
did. All right. What state? Was it Massachusetts?
Wasn't it? Was it Connecticut? I don't
Connecticut?
remember. It's one of those white ass states up there.
Yeah, it was one of those white ass states.
See, I have a theory about this. You ever see all those pictures where it looks like he's being creepy towards women and children?
Of course I have.
I think that's just him thinking
Delaware?
they might have cocaine on him.
Oh,
He's
Maryland.
just trying to sniff it up. Maryland, okay, still just as white. Okay, that's not as white because that's got Baltimore, but
Oh yeah, I actually knew that because my parents they have a house in Delaware. It was a summer home, and Biden has a fucking house on the bay in Delaware, right across the fucking right across from Maryland. There, if anybody's familiar with Delaware, and it is a 5-story like mega complex right on the fucking bay.
oh, sure it is. He ain't no poor guy.
No, fuck no. He got them hair plugs. They don't look half bad, man. He ain't that poor.
No, they almost look real.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, guys, we got it. Delaware or Maryland? No.
I could have swore Delaware, but they're saying Maryland.
No, I'm saying Delaware and Maryland. It's basically like one state. Delaware is so
but-
fucking small.
Well, they're talking about. Okay, you guys can make me Google this so I know for sure.
I'm
So I'm
pretty
not
sure it's Delaware. Wasn't he like super early, like in the 70s to like
Biden.
2010 or something?
Well, I know Delaware got no fucking state tax, and it's fucking beautiful.
That's lovely.
Let's see.
Delaware's man. Hey, we got anybody from the chat from Delaware? Love it down there.
Oh, did you know he was the chair of the International Narcotics Control Caucus?
What
all
years?
coming together.
And yes, he was from Delaware, guys.
Delaware. I thought he was from fucking Delaware. I don't
That's
know
gonna
why
give me
it's on my
mine.
mind. Hey Dan, you got any conspiracy theories on the MAGA bomber?
The fact that we're like as a community on Twitter allowing it to be called the Mega Bomber, even though that's completely against their rules, sure.
Good take. Good hot take. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I don't know how they let that fucking trend for that long.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh, I mean, I do know. You're right. You're right on that one.
I thought Biden came from New Mexico. No.
No, he's too white, too pasty.
No, it's probably Cortez.
Ugh. I got a little. Can we bring a little bit of a YouTube drama into the stream?
Absolutely, we can do whatever we want.
If you're on it, you get monkey happy.
Oh, it doesn't involve me. I'm just wondering what you guys' thoughts on the Andy
The fight.
Wolski Tonkasaw fucking bout that's evidently taking place January 9th or the 19th in Knoxville, Tennessee, where I believe our friend Tennessee Marine's from.
If they're actually going to do it, it will be fun to watch.
I am actually going to go if that actually happens because I want to see this.
What kind of fight are they doing?
They say it's going to be an MMA fight.
How capable is Tonka really, though? Because I think with Andy's crazy, he might have an edge.
I don't think so. I think Tonka is that fucking type of dude that's literally going to fucking train 3 or 4 hours a day just to not look dumb on the internet. And I think Andy will probably train hard for 2 weeks and then slack off because that
He'll
just
find
seems like
cookies and let him
the
be
kind
done.
of I like both those guys. I think Tonka's entertaining, and I think Andy is probably a really good dude, like off fucking YouTube or whatever. However, I think Tonka is that level of kind of dude where he's just gonna fucking train, and he's gonna run all over Andy. I mean, I like both of them, but I think that's what's gonna happen if the fight takes place.
If it takes place, I agrey.
I think
If it
Tonka is
takes- okay.
sorry, but Tonka's like what 6'1", 6'2", and Andy's like what, 5'9". So Tonka's gonna have a fucking reach advantage. Number one for the boxing for the stand up game, and I know pro wrestling's fake and all that kind of shit, but
It's athletic. You got to train for it.
it is athletic. It is athletic.
But what if we give Andy drugs before he starts fighting?
I think they should give Andy an 8-ball of cocaine just to level the playing field at this
That's
point.
what I mean. We have to do it. I mean, otherwise, it might be a one-sided fight.
Right. I wonder if they're
Okay.
gonna.
This is going to sound like I'm insulting people, but only because I am. Tonka weighs what, 95 pounds,
I think it's like 180.
and Andy weighs like 65.
Well,
It's going to be like watching schoolgirls wrestle.
I don't know, man. I had a skinny friend growing up, couldn't put on any fucking weight. That dude could fucking, those skinny guys with that reach, dude, they can fuck you up. They can fuck you up real quick.
You ever watch lightweights box, man?
Oh, they're fast and they're fucking, they don't hit hard, but they're fast.
And the matches that go to a draw every time, or go to the card every time, because they can't. Yeah, you know what? You can build your endurance and all, but very few of them ever have a knockout punch. It's gonna be a hug match. So,
but it's MMA too, so it's not just gonna be stand up. I mean,
like I said, it's gonna be a hug match. It's gonna be a bunch of, oh look, they're rolling around on the floor holding each other again.
it's still gonna be two YouTubers fighting, and I want to see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
anyway.
if they put it on YouTube where I can watch, hell yeah, I'm gonna watch. But
Of course they are. I mean, Jesus Christ, there's gonna be super chat money fucking flying around that shit. If I'm able to, and if this fucking goes down, I will be there. And I will buy, if they're selling fucking ringside seats, I will purchase a fucking ticket and live stream if possible.
yeah, I'm not a fan of MMA anyway because of that. MMA is not what it used to be back in the day when it was actually anything goes. Now it's, oh look, they're hugging again.
Yeah, it's all grapple fighting, and I'm not into that.
Make it boxing, make it kickboxing. I don't care, just something where they have to stand up and hit, and I'm far more interested.
Yeah, I see your point. I see your point.
We're talking about a Q-tip fighting a pipe cleaner, and I just don't think it's going to be all that explosive.
It's not going to last very long, and there's going to be a bunch of wild haymakers, but it's still going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch because it's these two, and it's going to be each of them is going to be fighting for their honor, and they're going to make complete jackasses of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's going to be two egos battling it out in front of people, and I wouldn't doubt that probably both of them maybe get trainers or do all that kind of shit and probably put forth a good fucking effort. But I do not think it lasts 2 minutes.
No, it's not going to make it to round 3.
I don't know if they're doing the traditional. What are the MMA? It's like what, 3 rounds of what, 10 or 3 of 5? 3 of 5.
3 of 5.
Yeah, 3 of 5.
With championship matches sometimes going 5 of 5. 5 with 5.
Right.
Far says Q-tip fighting a pipe cleaner. That's tempting to draw. It's not a bad comparison if you look at him, because Andy's small and thin and Tonka's tall and thin, and yeah.
I think Andy's only shot is to get Tonka on the ground immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want
a little ferocity in him.
I guarantee with Tonka being 6'1", I don't know how tall Andy is. I'm just going to say 5'9", because that's what he seems like.
I want to say back when they were actually discussing his height, Andy said he's either like 5'10" or actually like close to 6 foot. I can't remember. He's actually taller than you think.
Really?
Yeah, he's not Tonka size, but he's not a midget like he looks on TV.
I know we're not talking about professional boxing, but even three inches on a reach is a big fucking difference. I know this is an amateur and it's not going to fucking really matter. However, if Tonka hits that bag and gets, all his shit down and just keeps Andy at a distance, Andy's best bet is to fucking take him down the ground. He should not be working on his striking. He should be immediately going to jiu-jitsu training stat.
Yep.
Right off the bat and just get him to the ground immediately. You don't want to fucking box with a dude that has a reach advantage like that.
But who do you want to win?
Shot. Who do I want to win? I just want to see the fight. what I think is going to, I think Tonka's going to run over him. I really do.
I want Andy to win, but I don't think he will unless he does what we were talking about.
Yeah, me too. What do you guys think in the chat? Type it out there. What are you guys'
one for
predictions?
Tonka, 2 for Andy.
Oh, let's not make it a okay. Yeah, let's make it.
We got like 60 people in here now, something like that.
I think Tonka's probably going to win, not because of his reach, but because he's going to go for grappling, and it's just too easy to get somebody on the ground and make them concede. I mean, armbar, choke him out. Any of this stuff is so easy to do. if you're a good grappler fighting somebody who doesn't grapple at all.
Right.
But if they were boxing, I would probably put my money on Andy.
Boxing, huh? Really, on Andy?
Yeah,
he's a little. I hate to do that, but he's a little ferret. Like if you get him pissed off and you have rules where he can just wail, I think he might win.
I think he's not going to take it serious enough to be like that, though.
I don't know. I think Andy focusing on the boxing part is a huge mistake if that's his plan.
Tennessee Marine says, "Wait, if this actually happens, we win." So number 3.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Monkey doesn't know what ground and pound is. Yes, I do. And if that happened more often, I'd be all for it. But more often than not in UFC these days, it ends up being 2 guys looking like they should have a room.
As someone who I wrestled in high school for a good 4 years, and for a lot of people on the outside not knowing, if you think you're a good boxer, even if you're like an mid-level amateur style boxer, there's no way you could go up against a college level wrestler. They would just take you to the ground and annihilate you.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from those guys. It takes a tremendous strength to hold somebody that doesn't want to be held.
Right.
But for me, I have never found that as compelling as boxing. I want to see 2 guys just beat the fuck out of each other.
Oh, me too, man. Me too. However, strategically, I don't think it's advantageous for I almost said Anthony, for Andy to fucking try to stand up and strike with Tonka.
If again with the rules, if it's MMA, yeah, because at any time he just has to reach in and grab him and take him down. But if they would go boxing at like real men, then I would put my money on Andy because I've seen Tonka's arms.
Oof. All right, man. We're just I'm fucking January.
I'm telling
enough.
I think Tonka will win this because of the kind of fight it's going to be.
I have to agree with you. I think he's going to take it much more serious than Andy is as well.
Oh, he is, because his ego is like up there with Sargon's, man. I do like. Let me ask you this, Goot, because you've been on the internet for a while. You're about my age.
Since '97.
It used to be fight me in real life meant you were a douchebag.
Yeah. However, that was usually on message boards and comment threads.
Do you think that makes it different with being in videos though?
Yeah,
or on live streams.
Yeah, a little bit, especially when there's a sort of history and you guys are kind of public figures and such. I mean, before when we were growing up, it was all text and you could just kind of blow the person off or just fucking kind of text back. But now there's the verbal component of it where you're able to vocalize more of your dissent or disdain for the other person. I think it makes it more personal. That's just my opinion.
I can see that. I just still think if you're arguing with somebody and your answer is fight me in real life, I'm still on that just makes you look like an idiot.
Well, if the other person accepts who's a real idiot,
it makes them both look like idiots.
It's going to be, they may be idiots, but are you not going to watch? So who's the real idiot at the end of the day? I guess it's us for enjoying this fucking mayhem that's happening.
Yeah.
But I do agree. I do agree with you. It is kind of douchey. It is kind of fucking dumb. However, there's not one person in this side of the YouTube community that is not going to watch it.
You know what else I don't like about it? And this is probably going to sound brutal or like make me uncivilized. I don't like that it's a sanctioned fight. Meet up in a warehouse somewhere and just beat the fuck out of each other. Let me know who's the better man.
I agree with that, but it also will remove some thing of doubt, like if somebody fucking cheated or someone did.
Yeah, there's a certain finality to sanction.
There ain't no cheating and fighting.
Well, yeah, I know what you're saying, but the cheat, like no one could call out that it was a cheap shot or you did this, you did that. No, it's going to be fucking sanctioned. I'm assuming there's going to be a referee. There's going to be, I don't know if there's going to be fucking judges, which would be weird, but I'm all for just fucking throwing those dudes in a ring with fucking 8-ounce gloves and just fucking let them go at it.
Yeah, just do it.
Just fucking do it. And I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna enjoy it. And I'm gonna show up if it does indeed happen.
And if this goes past the first round, thank you, James. Where's Dork? She's in the chat somewhere. We'll bring her in a little bit if she wants to come in. If this goes, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Tennessee Marine also brings up a really good point. You can't get sued or get really hurt. That is a good point. Because at the end of the day, I mean, we don't want to see anybody fucking end up with fucking brain damage or get their fucking curb stomped into the ground. Because you know how hard tempers can flare. I mean, I want to see that too in a way, but we really don't.
Because real men, when you're squaring off at somebody at a bar, you don't go, I'll see you in the ring, motherfucker. No, you just start throwing down and the better man wins.
I agree with that, but there's also those dudes out there that take it way too fucking far.
That's what you get for opening your mouth.
All right, man. I'm liking the new and improved Ranty Monkey here.
That's how I am when it comes to fighting, man. I mean, if you're gonna fight, do it in the ring with boxing gloves and standing up where you're gonna beat each other. Otherwise, just get down and dirty because that's what we actually would do.
I don't know, man. Maybe old Gutenberg here watched too many fucking World Star hip hop videos. I'm not sure. But I'm glad it's going to be sanctioned and it's going to be a semi. I mean,
not men go fight.
All right, fuck it. Maybe they'll pull Rocky V and my rings outside type shit.
That's right. Yeah. Meet up in a McDonald's parking lot and just where we can see. We'll get the CCTV stuff and just go at it, man.
I mean, I wouldn't be against it. I'd still watch it.
Monkey really has something to prove, apparently. No, man, I like to fight. And when I was younger, fighting meant street fighting. There's no fucking rules.
Teddy in chat says, Gutenberg, I don't think Tonka could get more brain damage. Just saying.
Josh says, how could you tell if either had brain damage? That's not nice.
Say what you want about Tonka. I don't think he's a dumb guy. I don't think Andy is.
They're not particularly stupid. They just have too big egos.
Well, I mean, they're YouTubers, right?
You got to be a little nuts to do this. Anyway.
You got to be a tad bit narcissistic to want to be popular on YouTube. A tad, a little bit.
You do, absolutely. You have to have some arrogance, some ego, and I think you can. Mm-hmm. I think you can really tell when somebody doesn't.
Like me, because I don't fucking upload videos and I never fucking talk. Like I'm, but they're YouTubers I always found really fascinating because how are they really like when they turn the camera off is one thing that always intrigued me.
Mm-hmm.
But the face that they put on, it just seems so. At this point in YouTube, I'm not talking about 2013 YouTube or 2010 YouTube. That was YouTube was way different back then. But the way people portray themselves now, it's almost like they're becoming like fake news anchors.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong.
No, like a Phil DeFranco. Do you think he really wonders, or do you think he really wants to talk about whatever the fuck this is about? And those fucking atrocious thumbnails he puts up, God, they're so fucking condescending.
I don't mind his thumbnails. It's those fucking titles, man. Wow, you've got to see this. However, just as a joke, I did steal that for Lords of the Night once, and we got like 500 more views than normal. Like, Jesus Christ, people, don't fall for that.
It's the clickbait, man.
It
works. It fucking works. Oh God, it's such a shame. But I mean, why are people talking about so and so? Oh my God, why? I need to click this shit. The folks going on. It does work. Even it is fucking shameless.
$80.76. Dax, do you think both will pass a blood test? No. Not even close.
Andy says he can.
Oh, I don't know about that. Well, it's legal up there, so maybe that won't count.
Do you guys think Paul Logan versus KSI boxing match changes things? A
little bit. That was a big draw. Those guys made a lot of money off that.
I don't think it changes things in the calling people out thing, because that wasn't like a true call out. That was like, hey, let's make some money together. The undercard with the younger brothers, I think, had more drama behind it. Because Logan Paul trying to talk shit is one of the saddest things I've seen. But I don't know. It proves that YouTubers are stars that people want to see beat each other.
Not only that, those guys got a fucking paycheck.
They really did, yeah.
You toss some money my way, I'll fight any one of you motherfuckers. I mean, there is a price tag on everything.
I miss being young.
I miss being not injured.
Dan, what age bracket are you in?
I'm 30. What? Going to be 33 in about a month, give or take.
All right, millennial. All right.
No, not millennium.
Yeah, you're
No.
Sticks.
yeah.
Sticks versus Razor Fist. You're basically getting the same thing with a much lower IQ, guys. So those
Monkey.
guys are both very thin. Go ahead.
When's the last time you get the last fight you were in? Describe it to us.
The last fight I was in, we went to see fireworks because Michigan had just recently made it so that more people could do fireworks. And there's a lake where this guy decided he was going to put on a nice show for everybody. And so we went up to the lake and we're sitting there, and some drunk jackass has box fireworks. And you guys know what those are. It's just a little box that you light and they shoot up into the air. Well, this drunk motherfucker put it in sand. So as soon as the first one went off, it turned the box. And they just started going everywhere. And one of them burned out really close to my son's face. And I yelled over to him, if another one goes in the crowd, I'm going to beat your ass.
Jesus.
And my son was 2. He's sitting on my lap, and I had to swat away this burning ember coming towards his face.
Right.
So he lights the next one, and it falls flat. It just tips right over towards the crowd. A little girl got burned from it because this shit just started going straight into the crowd. The crowd disperses, and he's there trying to kick it out. And I walked up to him. I said, "Motherfucker, I told you." And he grabbed me. So I punched him in the face. And apparently he had a bunch of friends there with him, because suddenly I was getting hit by a whole bunch of people. But I kept beating him until, it got broke up.
Oh, jeez. Fireworks, man. They bring out the worst in humanity.
Yeah, I didn't walk up to him, "Hey, let's get in the ring, you dick." No,
You should have challenged him like fucking Clubber Lang did Rocky and fucking.
Well, the best part of this is we're giving statements afterwards, because this is at a state park, and there's this one guy who just keeps talking shit to me, and from out of the crowd, out of nowhere, someone just punches him right in the jaw. Like, yeah, I don't want a second fight, and I just wandered off. I'm like, no. So a whole nother big fight broke out there. It was great.
Oh man, what the hell is going on up there in Michigan?
That's kind of a gay reason to fight, to be honest. It was an accident. No, that's not an excuse. He burned a little girl.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you can do
agree.
that shit.
Oh, I'm not on his side on this.
No, there's somebody in the chat. AJ just said that.
Oh, I got you.
In this, he was fucking drunk off his ass. The fireworks he had were illegal as fuck, and he didn't know what he was doing with them. And because of that, he almost burned my son, and then did burn someone else. So fuck him. He deserved to have his ass kicked. You know, that brings me to my subject I was actually going to speak about today.
All right.
You had a plan today.
I did, and
Bear fucked it up.
it was about no. I like how we, sometimes get some banter and stuff going before the actual stories and stuff. This is from a tweet from yesterday. I saw it right before I went to bed. Where the fuck did that go? You know what? I quote tweeted it so I can find it easy. This comes from somebody who goes by the name Feminist Next Door.
Oh God!
She said, if every woman agreed to never treat men as something less than women, the world would look very much the same. But if every man agreed to never treat women as something less than men, it would be virtually unrecognizable.
That is a whole bunch of word salad right there.
Women don't want men to treat them like we treat men. You don't.
They say they do, but they really don't.
They don't. They have no fucking idea. And anytime they come into a place where they hadn't been allowed before, like a men's club, or they shatter the glass ceiling on some new career they weren't in before, we always have to change the rules to fit them. They never have to just, okay, let's be treated like one of the boys. You don't want treated like men. And in this case, if a woman had been doing that and I said I walked up and punched her in the face, Everybody would be like, Monkey, how dare you? Duck Dog, thank you. I agree to duking it out. It'll be me and mine, Pound Hammer versus any takers. Behind the gym, after third period, French, bring a glass of milk to put your teeth in, boys.
Jesus.
And James Colley, thank you. YTRFF, YouTube, Rear Fighting Federation. Rear Fighting Federation. There you go.
No, Riri as in retarded.
Yeah, Riri. Sorry. And it's not just, you know, how we settle our differences with men. Me and Goot were talking before this, and he said to call you Dan, Dax.
Love you too, Goot.
And when he did that to you, what'd you say to him?
Fuck you, Goot, or eat shit. It's usually eat shit.
That's how you guys responded. And if we treated women that way, they would cry. They would fucking cry if they had to take the ribbing and shit we give each other, because they just couldn't handle it. Why are you so mean?
This has been said a million times, but they want all the perks of being a man, but they do not want all the responsibilities.
They want that higher pay. They think that we get.
No,
they don't want to go in the sewers to get it, do they?
Just like that fucking Gavin McGinnis fucking clip from fucking 3 years ago on the Sean Hannity show when he's battling out that female journalist. Do you guys remember that clip?
Yeah, I do remember
when he yelled at her, he said, "You'd be much happier with a wife and a whole bunch of kids at home."
Yeah, yes. Part.
And Sean Hannity like turned his head like, "Fuck, I can't wait to get the onslaught of tweets from this fucking episode." That was a great. And wouldn't you know, 3 years later, she ended up fucking quitting her job and getting married.
Cryptic, thank you. Women can't have a fist fight and have a beer after and let shit go. That's true as well. Them bitches will hang on to a grudge like it's their lifeline. Absolutely.
I think every one of us has been around a fucking group of girls when one of their friends isn't around. The level of fucking shit talking.
Oh God, they have so much vitriol. It's crazy.
Oh, and they hold a grudge. Women hold grudges like you won't fucking believe.
Now, I want to be clear here. There's a lot of people saying not me in the chat, and no, not every woman is like that. And yes, there are some you can joke with, but even ones that I've thought I could joke with, they've come to me later and go, "Why are you so mean to me?" And like, what?
I can't tell you how many times I've been on streams fucking around. I'm an equal opportunity shit talker. I don't care if you're a girl, you're fucking whatever. I will shit talk you on stream. And there have been times where like I feel like a girl kind of got a little bit offended. Like a girl that'll hop on stream or something, and I'll message her on Twitter and be like, I'm just fucking around. I'm just bantering, right? And she's like, "Oh, I thought you hated me." I'm like, "No, that is the number one reason you can't talk to women like dudes."
Yes.
And I think Dork Oracle Dork Golf City, or I sent her a message after the one stream on her channel when I was saying, "All right, men talk, time for the men to talk. Shut up, broads." I sent her a message after that because she got real quiet after I started doing it. I was like, "Hey, I was only fucking around, right? Like I'm only just doing it for the bands." And she said she wasn't upset, and I'm going to take her word for it. However, I feel like I need to do that so fucking women don't really think I'm fucking serious.
No.
Dork is probably one of those who is definitely in our side of it. She'll fuck right back.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to clarify that. Listen, I don't hate you.
You have to.
All a fucking joke. And she probably, I think she did, in fairness to her, take everything as a joke. But I feel like I need to do that because so many encounters I've had with women, and they're like, "Oh, I'm just one of the boys." I'm like, "Oh, really?" Let's push this to the fucking limit. And they come to find out, majority of the time, they are not.
Yeah. Kingslayer said one that this would be me too. If I treated women like a man, I'd get a sexual harassment suit quick. I don't know that I treat men in a way that I would get a sexual harassment suit, but definitely with the things I say.
You never rang around fucking like what was that fucking game we used to like fucking take the back end of your fist and smash it at someone's nuts?
I have never been a nut toucher. No.
I'm not saying caress the nuts. I'm saying
I know, even because there's a scene in one of the Jackass movies where the three guys are sitting around in their underwear tossing a handball ball at each other's nuts, and that is not something I've ever done. That's not so. I couldn't even watch them. Like, that is so gay.
I got a good thing. Way back in the day, we used to get completely shit-faced fucking drunk at like house parties and whatnot. First one to pass out, someone would take their fucking balls and drop it on their chin.
Yep.
You think you could do that to a fucking broad?
No, that would be rape, man.
Yeah, you're going to jail if you do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're getting a fucking charge, all right? And you're gonna end up on some fucking list.
See, the best part about something like that is that person's gonna wake up, call you a dick, probably repass out, and everything's forgiven in the morning.
Oh, it probably won't even be brought up in the morning. You know what I mean?
The worst you get laughed at for it for a little while until it was the next guy's turn.
Or that guy got super pissed off and he punched you in the face, and
Yeah.
rightfully so. You dropped your nuts on his chin.
Yeah. In fact, it's almost required. Otherwise, he's gonna do it again.
Absolutely. You can't let another man drop his ball sack on your face. That's
Fuck
just
no.
rude. But it's funny to everybody else, so you got to do it. So it's like a conundrum. It's like a Mexican standoff between two balls in someone's face.
Dork says, "Don't stress." She actually takes it very well. She says,
Yeah,
honestly, didn't bother her.
I know she did, but she was the last person that I had to message on Twitter, saying that shit. So that's why she came to mind.
I mean, I understand you telling them the first time. I think if you tell them the first time, hey, this is just me being me and being stupid, and that's just how we do this, and then they continue to take it bad, then there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, they only get one message, and then
I feel like Gutenberg and I are probably in the same boat with this in that I'm an equal opportunity offender. And if you're in a chat with me and I'm making jokes and it lands on you, it's just your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's I don't care if you're male, female, what, and it's not a hate thing. If I hated you, you wouldn't be on my stream.
Right. Sometimes, old Gutenberg does take it a little too far.
Old Gutenberg might have.
I've been known to do that, and I've been getting better lately. Plenty of times I hop onto your stream and fucking ruined it, ran it in the fucking rocks.
See, I didn't mind. There were times it's like, okay, maybe we should have let him drink or sleep that one off.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, definitely. But we told you that too, and you couldn't do that with a woman. You'd have to be very careful about how you told her she'd been a bitch.
Yeah.
Pumpkin Trucker, thank you. Don't say not all, monkey. Men aren't allowed any not all example. Broads don't get any either. Well, see, this is the thing. What this woman was talking about, what she was actually saying is, we want money and we want you to treat us like a princess at all times.
Not gonna happen.
We want all of the reward and none of the responsibility that comes with it. Because if we treated you like men, you're right, it would be a different world because you would be crying all the time.
And when they do enter male fields, you got to lower the goddamn bar to get in.
Yeah.
Like women fucking in the army and military, they want to drop down the fucking requirements for fucking training.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you better fireman carry that fucking 200-pound goddamn dummy across this underneath this barbed wire. You better fucking do that shit, because when you want to enter a male space, especially in the military, you're going to be required to do that in a combat fucking scenario.
Well, I remember this one thing, and I've talked about it before. It was a Discovery Channel or something. They were hyping up these female army women, and they actually presented this as a good thing. They said, a man will just pick up a case of ammunition and run it, but the women, what they'll do is they'll work together. One will carry one side and one will carry the other. I'm like, that's great. What happens in combat when she gets killed?
Mm-hmm.
And she can't carry that ammo by herself.
Or a friend gets shot and they're out in the fucking open. They got to one broad's got to carry another broad to safety.
Yeah. It's not a good thing always that, yes, working together is great, but it's not always a good thing that's what's required for you to get the job done.
I had an interesting experience yesterday.
Yeah,
I was detailing my car for the upcoming winter festivities, and I happened to run an AutoZone. I walk in, 3 cashiers, all fucking women. I got a little angry. I'm like, I don't want to talk to a chick about cars. Like, what kind of fucking world am I living in? Is this 2018? Can take me back. This is bullshit. All right. So I go up to the first broad, kind of cute, mid-20s, short, brown hair. I was like, hey, I'm looking for some leather care products. What do you have? And I was looking for this Arm & Hammer gel type stuff for to soften and clean up the leather. She's like, oh, well, we don't have that, but we have this. And before we even got up to, this is actually going to discredit everything I just said in the previous 10 minutes, because she recommended me a leather cleaner that did have no alcohol in it. She said, yeah, that Armor Hall product, I don't know if you know, but it has contains a little bit of alcohol and may dry out your leather.
Yes, it does. I actually used to work in a factory that made it.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. She said that to me. I'm like, oh, really? She's like, yeah. She's like, I recommend this. It's all oils and all kinds of fucking shit. Soften your leather right up. I was like, oh, okay. Thank you. And then, a little piece of my brain was like, all right, maybe women aren't so bad.
What'd she do to ruin it?
Well,
she was a woman in a fucking car shop.
There are things that I don't have problems with women doing that. Now, if those same women came into that shop and suddenly you're not allowed to have your naked lady poster in the back because there's women here now, that would bother me.
Absolutely.
Because that happens every fucking time. That's why we're not allowed to tell sexist jokes in the workplace anymore, because those jokes don't belong here. They worked here fine for 50 fucking years until your bitch ass got here and got so fucking bent out of shape over it.
Absolutely. All right. For all you women in the chat, let's pitch a scenario here. You wake up in the middle of the night. Your husband's at work because he's a good man. You hear glass break downstairs. You call 911. 911 dispatches a patrol officer. The officer shows up, and it's a fucking woman. How angry are you? I mean, me, I'd fucking call 911 again.
You sent me the wrong
I'm like, could you send a real cop, please?
Dork says dirty jokes are funny. They are to some women, but they're also a major cause of sexual harassment claims here in the U.S.
They absolutely are. But women in the chat, would you feel more comfortable with a male showing up or a female? And given that scenario,
Baby doll says I grabbed my gun first. Good girl.
That's a good
good girl.
I mean, that is the first decision, obviously. But let's remove the gun from the scenario. Would you feel much more comfortable with a 6'2" Brock Lesnar type showing up, or a petite fucking 5'6" charity hire on the police force?
If she's carrying heavy ordnance, I might be feeling better. But if it's just a random, call, hey, come check my place out, I'd rather have the dude. Sorry.
Can you name a scenario where you would not want the dude?
If I knew her reputation, fine. But again, you're never going to have that. So no, there is no scenario.
Bering said ever had to deal with Bering Cab, had to deal with a female cop. # the worst. The only time I've had an interaction with a female cop, I can't complain. I was doing a 74 and a 55.
Good job.
And she was nice enough to write me a ticket at 60. So I didn't get a reckless driving slap on me.
See, she's taking tax money out of the community.
Hey, you leave her alone.
They ruin everything. They ruin everything. No, you probably appealed to her fucking emotional side. These fucking creatures.
Oh, dude, I flirted like a motherfucker.
See?
Look, I'm a cripple. I mean,
I wasn't crippled then. I was young and healthy and
vibrant.
How you doing?
See, that's how easily persuaded they are.
Oh no, okay. And this one you can't give it to a female, because my wife, my wife, oh, she is dirty. She's gotten pulled over a couple of times. You know what the first thing she does if she gets stopped?
Unbutton the top 3 buttons.
Yes. And if that doesn't work,
I love Lady Monkey.
Fucking cry. And she's never gotten a fucking ticket. She's been pulled over way more than I have. I have a ticket. She has none. Thank you, Pumpkin Trucker. My wife went fishing with me. I baited the hook. I cast it. When she got a hit, I reeled it in and I took the hook, cleaned and scaled it. Yet she caught the fish. That's feminism in a nutshell.
Oh man.
Man.
Equality they want right there.
You should rename. You should rename your fucking YouTube shit to Pumpkin Tucker, not Tucker.
Wow.
You're a great American. And but break up with that broad, divorce her.
But yeah, when it comes to the female cop, even if she's called out and she has a gun on her and everything, they can be overpowered a lot quicker than a dude can.
Yep. Now, if somebody like Ronda Rousey answered the door, I'd have more faith.
Nah,
not as much, but still. More.
I'd still take a man.
I want a man, and frankly, I want him to be darker than any black you've ever seen. I want him to be like 6'5" and the darkest black you've ever seen, because that will scare the fuck out of a criminal.
With a deep voice, you got to add that voice. If he comes in with a little Pinocchio voice, you're done.
He knocks on the door, you called the police?
I would take that man over a lot of other dudes, like Hightower from Police Academy.
Yes.
Oh man,
fuck yeah. Bubba Smith comes to your door to take care of crime. I'm down.
With Wheezy, you bring Wheezy along. Fuck it, just for the aesthetics.
But yeah, I'm so tired of hearing this bullshit that women just want to be equal. No, you don't. No, you don't. Stop it.
What's wrong with raising kids and cooking and cleaning? You don't want to get out there in the workforce, right? You got to wake up at fucking 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, whatever the fuck time you got to work. Get your hair done and your makeup and put on all these clothes and then rush the kids off to fucking daycare or preschool and shit. Come home all fucking tired, ordering pizza. You don't want that kind of life. Good fun.
And then you got to pay for daycare and all that too. You might as well just stay home anyway.
Absolutely.
And they've just used it now for a way to claim they do more work because when they get home, they got to take care of the kids anyway.
That's called being an adult.
You just stay home. You'll be fine.
Think of how much money you could save. You don't need that second car. You don't need the fucking all the fucking maintenance on it, all the fucking other bullshit, the daycare. You just fucking stay home. If your husband has to get a second job to make ends meet, that's his responsibility. That doesn't fall on you. Cook the food, raise the kids. That's all you need to do. Dust a little bit. How hard is that?
Blind wants to know, Gutenberg, do you honestly think kids let you sleep in before the age of 10?
All the more reason for fucking women to stay home. I think I'm waking up with them little shits. You got another thing coming.
Mm-hmm.
I just got off work, man. Fuck that shit.
I did the stay-at-home dad thing. It's not easy. But by then my children were a little bit older, so it wasn't as bad. But yeah, that's women's work. We're gonna get in so much trouble for this one.
Oh no, we'll be fine. We'll be completely fine. Trust me. I promise you, we're not alone.
Neil said you had kids before the age of 10. I don't think that's what she meant, Neil. I think the kids being 10.
Whoopsie.
What was it you were talking about before the stream, Gutenberg? Did we already talk about that?
Give me a minute to pull it up.
Yeah. No, we haven't talked about that nonsense yet. Yeah, pull that up there.
It's been deleted.
Oh, has it?
Oh, yep, she finally deleted it.
What was it?
Okay, it was a broad named Emily, a union president representative of the University of Southampton in Britain. She writes on Twitter, which is now deleted, mark my words, we're taking down a mural of white men in the Uni Senate room, which is a room in the University of Southampton. She also goes on to state, even if I have to paint over it myself. Now, what she's referring to, the mural in question, I'll read here actually from the page. It's called the Rothstein Memorial. And I quote from this article. The Rothstein Memorial was painted in 1916 as a memorial to the members of the British University serving in the Great War. Talking about World War I. Painted in 1916 by Sir William Rothstein, former principal of Royal College Art, and measuring approximately 10 by 40 foot, the mural was first displayed as the 11th exhibit of the Arts and Crafts Exhibit Society of the Royal Academy in autumn of 1916. So this fucking president of the Union Board of the University of Southampton, a white, lily white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed fucking broad, probably early 20s, wants to paint over this historic fucking mural because it depicts white men and it's not inclusive enough for people of color.
She is aware that, white men were the only ones fighting at the time.
And so happened I tweeted this out. This broad, a union president at the University of Southampton, wants to paint over a mural that was painted in 1916 as a memorial to the British University serving in World War I. Because, white men in Britain in 1916.
Real quick, thank you, Pumpkin Trucker. I can't divorce her. Unlike Liz Warren, my wife is actually Cherokee, receives profit shares from the casino. That's a temper you do not want to invoke. Yeah, you know what? Just you keep tying those hooks for her.
I don't know, man. I got a blanket for her if you need, bro.
Oh my god.
I mean, we can get rid of that today.
Problem solved.
I'll FedEx that shit right now.
There you go. Yeah, so for those of you who are not following along, this is it would be like taking down the Iwo Jima statue because it was white men.
Give it time.
Absolutely.
Don't. I will slap you. If that happens, I'm blaming you, Dax.
You're 100% correct. This would be exactly like these broads wanting to take down the statue of Iwo Jima, raising a flag. That's exactly what this would be like.
That idea disgusts me. It's like,
you got to see a picture. You guys have to see a picture of this broad. If you guys want to check our Twitter out, it's at SOTONPRES to get an idea. That's at at SOTONPRES. I can screen share; it'd be a lot easier.
I'll go ahead and screen share. We'll lock it on you for a sec.
Ew.
You're presented, so.
What are your thoughts on that, Monkey? And Dan?
I think social justice has gone too far. You people need to stop. These people need to stop wanting to erase history just because there wasn't women's in there. Or guys, we're talking about England in 1916. There weren't a whole lot of people of color over there in the university, so it wasn't a racist thing the way this was painted. It was a honest depiction of what was going on.
Absolutely.
And this was meant to memorialize guys who went and fucking died. Horrific deaths, by the way. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
All right. So as you can see, now that I'm screen sharing.
Of course, she has the nose piercing.
Of course she does. Now, this screen. I already pulled it back. She had to have just deleted this tweet within the last hour because she was getting a massive amount of fucking hate. And but we can go back and read some of her previous tweets. Here. 19 hours ago. White people don't have to set the example for other white people, so why do black people? Which, I mean, that's a mild statement. Next tweet. White people should never feel comfortable saying the N-word, which, okay, sure. We can probably all kind of agree with that. Black men have to prove themselves to white men to overcome racism in an inherently patriarchal society. Maybe that means come across as more toxic.
No, you don't. She's honestly suggesting that black guys have to be horrible for white men to accept them. That is fucking retarded.
Absolutely. She goes on in her next tweet. She's like rapid fire tweeting. This is all within the last 24 hours. The minute you're labeled as gay in the black community, you're seen as an outcast. She's quoting somebody. I don't know who she's quoting.
Well, that is the thing. Do you guys remember Snoop Dogg got into a lot of trouble over the his comments about Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner when he switched? Because guys, in the black community, gays are not very well accepted, or maybe that's changed in the last year or so.
Oh, breaking news, nigga. Breaking news. In the last hour, she put out an apology response in the form of a fucking...
What'd she say?
Right here we go. More than likely, the university fucking made her do this.
Oh, yeah.
It says, this is her apology. First and most importantly, I would like to apologize for the offense and upset I have caused with what I had said. I never meant the disrespect to anyone, past, present, and future. I had no intentions of the tweet being taken literally. Of course you didn't. And upon reflection, have realized how inappropriate it was. My intention was to promote strong female leadership and not the eradication or disrespect of history. I do not believe that to make progress in the future, we should erase the past. Once again, I would like to apologize for the offense and upset I have caused. That is a fucking contrived statement. Fuck you, cunt.
That is so bullshit. You literally said that you would paint over it if you had to get rid of it. This will come down even if I have to paint over it. That's what you said, you lying bitch. And what that was figurative. You thought people were going to jump behind you like they did with the Southern statues. Shut up.
However, I will give her the benefit of the doubt. It was maybe a tongue-in-cheek type of thing, but I guarantee if you dropped a fucking 5-gallon bucket of paint at the base of that mural, she'd be the first one with a roller brush up there fucking erasing it.
No, see, my intention was to promote strong female leadership. What did she say in there that promoted strong female leadership?
Nothing. Just
not a
denigrated
goddamn
men.
Thing.
Just denigrated men.
Just we have to get rid of these white men. That's all you fucking lying bitch.
Not only that, those fucking men are the reason you're not speaking German today.
Yep. Tennessee Marine said that was I want to keep my job apology. Yep, you are not wrong.
100%. And it already has almost 600 fucking comments underneath of it.
Yeah. I bet those are all supportive.
Do you guys want to read some? You guys want to see that? Just hop into the zeitgeist of the Twitter community right now. Richard Smith says, what a wet flannel of an apology. You clearly don't believe in what you've written. This has only come about as act to save face. If you truly felt this way, the tweet would have never been posted. And this all right, I want to hear some shit talking. Fuck this shit. Oh, here's the original tweet. Mark my words, we're taking down this mural of white men in the uni Senate room, even if I have to paint over it myself for a little refresher of what she did tweet.
Yeah, and where in that is the female empowerment? There
is none. Considering for the last 24 hours, she's just been quote tweeting about, blacks being disparaged and all that kind of shit. It had nothing to do with female empowerment. You've just given a strong case against female leadership in positions. Oh, yeah, man.
There you go.
Fucking right. Yeah, I'm fucking liking that shit. If one was ever needed, white is new green says, oof.
Nice.
What a great Thursday, is it not? Oh, I love it when people are forced to put out apologies to save their jobs. I love that.
That was it's such a shit apology for what she said.
Mm-hmm. And what time is it over there in Britain? It's about noon, right? Noon, 1 o'clock.
It would be
5 hours.
5 hours ahead. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's 5 right now, so it'd be 1 o'clock.
Beautiful. Just throw something in about female leadership, says Andrew Roberts.
Yep.
I'm gonna like that too.
There's a lot of people saying resign, I see, as this goes by.
Oh yeah. Grow up, resign. Your original Mark My Words tweet would have been suggested otherwise. Suggestive, I think. Oh, would suggest otherwise. I'm fucking.
Oh
wrong.
yeah.
Okay.
You're not wrong with that one, guy. What are you, the idiot sandwich? Thank you for putting that in there. That is absolutely a good one for her. 220 in the UK says opinionated.
Oh, it's not the first time then.
Scotsman.
Doesn't it 5 hours in fall, I think.
It doesn't depend on which part, or is Britain all in one time zone? Hang on, let me stop sharing you here. There you go. LOL, resigning like a month into the academic school year. Well, I don't think she necessarily needs to resign. I think she should probably shut her dumb mouth because she's a moron.
I don't know, man. She's a union president. That's a little more than just being like,
I get you. But people say dumb things, and I don't think necessarily you should lose your job over every dumb thing you say.
Well, I don't know how. I mean, if she's worried about discrimination of other people, I mean, did she not, with her kind of anti-white rhetoric, just discriminate against half of her people she's supposed to be representing?
People don't count as people anymore. Remember?
It wasn't right. It wasn't just like a random SJW tweet about fucking equality or whatever. It was kind of discriminating against people she's supposed to be representing.
Yeah.
I mean, in a roundabout way, don't you think?
She's probably on her period. We got to give her.
These fucking broads can't be trusted.
That's why they're not allowed to vote.
Oh, in a perfect world, monkey. In a perfect world.
Real quick, the original Shroom by the way, guys, this poor bastard is down in the aftermath of Michael, in the bad areas. He says, I spent 5 hours repairing broken water lines. Well, I didn't directly tell the wife not to use the outside spigot until I got it supported by a 4x4. I figured she'd know that. She didn't, and now I have a flooded yard. Hey, at least it's the yard and not the house, man.
Oh, man, rip.
Like you needed more water in your yard, right?
Here's a little side note. I saw Dan playing Fortnite earlier. Bro, you gay?
Playing Save the World. I don't play Battle Royale.
Nah, I distinctly saw your name pop up on Discord. Saying
that makes him bi, man.
Playing Fallout, or not Fallout. You're playing Fallout 4 currently? Yeah. But you're playing Fortnite. Dude, you gay?
Dude, I play Save the World. I won't play that Battle Royale shit. That shit's gay.
All right, just checking. I know it's free and all, but
come on, Battle Royale is I paid for the Save the World thing, which is the co-op shit.
All right, just checking.
I tried Fortnite. I didn't care for it.
It takes a while to get into.
No, dude, it was my third game of one-on-one, no teams. I came in fourth.
Hey.
So you're thinking you're too good, and now you don't want to
I'm thinking that makes that a really bad game. If somebody who's only played 3 games can do that, you need to make your game a little harder.
But you're playing against 12-year-olds, to be fair.
That's true, but that turned me off of it. I was like, no, I'm good.
Play some
why I like the
PUBG
co-op
like
better.
play some PUBG like a man.
I've thought about it. It'll have to wait till after the holidays before I can get any new games. I have new games coming in, stuff I pre-ordered, like 76. That's pre-ordered. Somebody's very, very generously donating a PS4 and Red Dead 2 to me, so I'll be playing that as well.
Jesus, baller.
Yeah.
Well, they're getting a whole new setup, so they were nice enough to send their old one to me.
Do you
I
have
don't need the latest and greatest. I just need to be able to play Red Dead 2 because that looks so good.
do you have a PO box set up?
No,
Oh, so you must know this person fairly well. If you're
it's somebody I trust. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
The kid did the Fallout 76 beta. She said she liked it. Cool. I'll be in the beta when it comes to PC. I can't believe those shitbags gave it to Xbox first.
Oh, I can.
I don't know why you would choose Xbox over PS4 because isn't PS4 online free?
I don't know if it's still free or not, but I know that the hardware in and of itself is better than Xbox. A marginal amount, but still better.
What, PS4 is better than Xbox?
wait. Peter says sounds like luck. Are you talking about my
Scott,
no,
lucky
no.
you're not that skilled. Come on.
It's one being able to aim very well with a mouse because I've been doing it for a long, long time, and two, being smart enough to realize that the biggest part of that game is just not getting shot, which isn't that hard to do.
Right. If you've grown up playing FPS shooters, like they're all kind of basically the same with different fucking dynamics. Like it's going from one to the other isn't as hard as picking up an FPS and never playing it before.
Yeah. And if I was playing with a controller, yeah, I would have looked. I'd have probably been the first one dead. But you let me have my mouse and keyboard in a shooter, and we're gonna have some fun.
Same thing. What's the first FPS you ever played?
Oh God. I can't even remember.
Really?
The first one I remember playing was Counter-Strike.
Oof.
And I actually played Counter-Strike before I ever played Half-Life.
Same here. I played a little Counter-Strike, but I played a lot of Quake 2 and then a lot of Quake 3 Arena.
When those were big, I was playing a game called Tannerus. It was an online tank game.
Gotcha.
And I didn't really get into them, but for my buddy's birthday, I bought him and me a copy of Counter-Strike so we could play together.
Oh, we got some Wolfenstein fans in here.
Oh.
I played the 3D a little bit, but I was real big into RTCW, which is a 6-person. Well, when actually played, like, I'm gonna sound like such a fucking dork here, but I played competitively, which is 6-man teams and shit against other teams, stopwatch, all that kind of shit. But those were games back then, man. This when broadband first came out. Because before you had to kind of LAN local area network, so you'd have a whole bunch of fucking dudes at your house with like the old style tube monitors.
Oh yeah,
running like fucking the fucking CPUs overheated so much that we'd put buckets of ice inside the case with fans on them. Like that's how bad the fucking computers were back then.
Yeah. Now I've spent a man. My favorite one I ever played is actually the. What the fuck is it? The World War II mod that's like Counter-Strike that Valve snatched up. And then Day of Defeat.
I played that a little bit. Yeah.
I played Day of Defeat Source a lot, and I had so much fun in that game.
Yeah, that was early. That was what 2000. I remember when Day of Defeat came out. It was like 2002, was it not? Something like that.
Somewhere around there, I would say.
Oh man.
I don't know, but when it came to Source, man, it was so gorgeous, and I jumped right in there, and I stayed in there for about 3 months.
Nice. I'm a little upset that now all these fucking there's all like Twitch, all these fucking like $1 million fucking tournaments and shit. When I was growing up, man, there was none of that shit.
Yeah.
It got online. You had to use TeamSpeak or Ventrilo to talk to the other person.
Oh my God, Vent. Yeah, you don't hear about that much anymore.
Ventrilo? I don't think.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm talking to somebody that actually knows what Ventrilo was.
TeamSpeak was the first one I ever used. Ventrilo got popular after that.
Ventrilo was so much more easier to use because it was simple.
Yeah.
TeamSpeak was
sucked.
TeamSpeak was it was too much stuff. Ventrilo, you just popped into a room and you were fucking talking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm reminiscing here a little bit.
Day of Defeat sounds like a France simulator.
That'd be called Day We Gave Up.
Yeah, no, Day of Defeat was awesome.
Oh man, we got a bunch of people in the chat here that remember Ventrilo. That's crazy.
Oh wow, Shroom says his first computer used a tape recorder as storage. We had one of those. My brother got it from school. Yeah, way back in the day. I think the Army still uses Vent.
Do you know how amazing it was back then, being like in your younger 20s or late teens and actually talking to somebody that you're playing a game with?
Oh yeah,
that was like fucking mind blowing at the time.
Even being able to play. I mean, before that, I mean, even before LAN parties and stuff. I mean, going back to the Nintendo days, man. The only way to play a game with somebody, they had to be in your house on the same console. Right. And now you can play with people around the world instantly. It's amazing.
Right. Not only that, you were playing on like a 32-inch tube television back in fucking 1992 or fucking wait, in 92, if you had a 32-inch tube, you were fucking balling.
Monkey, do you have any internet cafes around you? No. I live in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Are they even a thing anymore?
Yeah.
I know they are in China and like those Eastern Asian countries, but
we got a couple of them here in Milwaukee. They're around. It's just full of bad people.
Bad, but is it like the new pool hall of this generation or what?
Autists, yes.
Peter had to wait 10 minutes for games to load. Oh man, those were the days.
I gotta ask here that I tapped out of the. I gotta ask here in the chat. Anybody play RTCW Wolfenstein? I'm just a little curious here, but we can continue the conversation.
I never played any of the Wolfenstein games.
I did Wolfenstein 3D. I was still more of a Doom guy though.
I look Quake 3 Team Arena was, God, I've wasted probably 5,000 hours of my youth playing that game.
Shroom says I used to direct dial a friend's computer to play Quake with him. I used to do that with my friend to play Counter-Strike. Not Counter-Strike. No. Command and Conquer.
With your 56K dial-up?
Yes.
With your like 900 ping?
And if I was lucky, nobody would call and break my connection because we had caller ID or call waiting, and that would fuck up your internet connection.
Yeah, kick you right off.
The Reaper, I got to ask you, man. I want to believe you, but can you name 2 maps from RTCW? Without Googling. Please don't Google. Please be honest.
And while you're doing that, guys, I do want to show myself, and don't forget to show yourselves, guys. If you'd like to donate, if you think what I do here is interesting or entertaining, and you have a little scratch to share, there's the Streamlabs, or you can hit the $sign in the bottom. And I know it comes off as dirty for us to shill ourselves, but that's how we make our money, guys.
He's
because YouTube doesn't give us any.
No, they don't.
Wolfenstein on an old Pentium. Oh man, I remember the Pentium processors.
Whatever happened to Pentium?
They just stopped. They just started making different ones.
I think they basically just fucking mass produce chips for like fucking laptops now, don't they? Like the shitty laptops.
Well, Pentium was a Intel brand.
Was it?
Yep,
yeah. I've always been an AMD guy. You're right.
I've gone back and forth because for me, the processor's never really been a big deal. Guys, if you're making a game computer, put your money in your video card. That's far more important.
If you need VRAM and processing, that is your goal.
Remember 3D FX video card, dude. Hammer, I was so happy. I got my 3DFX Voodoo 3. I was like, this is amazing. And then they went out of business the next month. I was so pissed. The only way you could get new drivers for it was from third parties who it was actually, just guys doing it in their spare time. because there was no support for it. I was so 3DFX were the bomb there for a while.
Do you remember how boring the internet was back then?
You know what? I don't think it was.
You'd never get the same results for any of them.
There was no real good search engines. There was no YouTube. There was no way to really share. It was all like image boards and eBombs World and Orgish.com.
Newgrounds.
Yeah, Newgrounds.
Sean wants to know what happened to yesterday's Monkey in the Morning. I took it down for reasons. Don't worry. We talked a little bit about Poppy's nipples this morning, so we got some nipple talk still. I kind of liked them. I liked message boards. I thought they were a lot of fun because you could fuck with people endlessly on those.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. But I think the internet now is so much better. I really do.
Yeah, now we have Twitter.
Yeah, we have Twitter. We have shit talking. We got Trump in office. We got people losing their literally losing their marbles.
I think it's probably more fun now, but I still had fun back then.
Oh yeah, it was fun back then because everything was new. But if you had
a serious answer back then, that was a plus.
Yeah, if you had to go back to 2000 internet, you'd be like, "This fucking sucks. I'm canceling."
Oh yeah, fuck that. Oh, Ask Jeeves, fucking Ask Jeeves. I love Ask Jeeves.
Oh, I don't even remember what I think I used Yahoo search engine. That's how.
Oh, me too. Most of the time.
Yeah.
Old Grouchy Gamer says, I used to build my own computers until it got cheaper to buy them. I don't think it's necessarily cheaper to buy them.
Nah, not really. Oh, they're basically throwing computer parts at you now.
Yeah.
Basically. I don't know. Fucking here's a little bit of a nerd tip. The AMD processors are now starting to take over fucking Intel.
Which is weird because they lease
mm-hmm.
their stuff from Intel. Newgrounds was the best, and there was Albino Black Sheep. I don't think I ever went to Newgrounds.
Missed out. They had some of the best memes before memes were memes.
No, I used to get sent to some weird places, and I was sitting there waiting for a big picture to finally fucking load so you could see what was so funny about it.
Yeah. I remember that shit.
I remember this dude decided to be an asshole. He was a vegan. I was even fucking with vegans back then.
Oh boy.
And I had a GeoCity, don't you know? And he took one of my pictures and posted it on his site with some disgusting shit. And so he linked directly to it. So I took out the picture and uploaded a file with the same name. And it was a horribly gross picture of this woman having sex with different vegetables. And then he got in trouble with his sponsors because he had porn on his site. Ah, those were the days.
Those were the days. Oh, man. I see Remedy in the chat says, I enjoy my Ryzen. I, as well, just hopped into the Ryzen family. I got the new 1700X. Love it.
What's a Ryzen?
It's a new chip by AMD.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, the 1700 series, 1700, 1700X, 1800 is like the latest Ryzen chips.
Gotcha. Yeah, when I built this, I went straight Intel just because it was actually cheaper.
Yeah.
Because Intel had I have Amazon Prime, and they had a really good deal. I actually got my video card the same way. They had a really good deal on a processor and on the 1060 card I run.
Nice. You got a 1060, huh?
Yeah, I got it for $250, man.
That's not bad. When I built my recent build, it was about a year ago now. I got the 1070 and then the Ryzen 1700X, and it's fucking. I couldn't ask for anything more, man. I fucking love it.
Hammer says he's running the i9. Damn, nice. I'm running an i5.
Jesus.
Because I haven't had any problems with it. With my setup, I could have bottlenecking, but I just don't do that much with it.
I did 1060 and i5 should be fine.
It depends on what you're doing. If I'm playing a game or something, it will slow down anything else I'm doing. It has the multi-threading, but it's an i7 or an i9 would be much better for what I do.
And AMD actually for multitasking would be far better.
Don't bring your AMD shit up in here.
I'm just
this is an
saying.
Intel stream, bitch.
I'm just saying. Well, you wait till these gaming companies start taking more. Wait till these gaming companies start utilizing the multi-thread technology that AMD is pushing out now, and you will see fucking Intel stock into the tanker.
We'll see.
Promise. They're already fucking. Intel's been dominating for like the last 8 years. Everything, and it's AMD's time to shine, and I'm happy, and I'll fanboy it.
Lowland says need more RAM. Actually, I do need more RAM. I'm only running 8 gigs, and
Oof.
It's another one of those things. When I was building, I went as cheap as I could in the areas I could get away with it.
Right.
And I haven't had a problem. But if I could get 16 or 32, it'd be awesome. The only problem is I need a hell of a lot more money than I have right now to do that.
Discord for me, like when I have Discord open and I'm playing PUBG, both of those I'm using about 14 gigs of RAM because Discord is pretty fucking RAM heavy, and so is PUBG. So I fucking upgraded to 24 just to fucking overcompensate. Yeah, man. If I were you, I'd get 2 more sticks of 4, man. I don't know how you fucking. Do you have Discord open, or do you close everything down when you play games?
The only time I have Discord open is if we're playing Ark or 7 Days to Die on the open servers.
And do you get any lag from that?
No.
Well, all right.
I do get. Well, that's not true. I get a little bit of lag, but it's always on the Discord side.
Yeah,
and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't understand why Discord eats up so much fucking RAM.
It's the same reason so many free programs do, is because they're not optimized.
Right. Yeah, if I were you, your first order of business should be getting a little bit more RAM.
Yeah, if I ever get extra money to do that, that'll be my next thing. Would be to update the RAM to. I would love to go to 32, but at least to 16.
Oof, 32 is a little overkill. 16, I think, is a good sweet spot. 24, like what I have, it's perfect.
Well, with this 1060, it's a 1060 with 6 gigs on it. I can run pretty much every game that I have and have played at full specs. It's the RAM just isn't there for it. So RAM would be nice. I remember when having more RAM was required, my computer before this one had 128 gigabytes. Of RAM?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a lot of fucking RAM.
Dude, there are NASA computers that probably don't use 128 gigs of RAM. Like, what are you talking about?
I do remember back in the day, man. I remember when Crisis came out, and I built my own computer, and it was way below specs, but I could still play the game as long as I turned everything down.
Right.
And everybody's like, "No, you can't play that." Like, yes, you can, because they give you specs. They always give you specs for like the best experience.
Right. You know what I miss about games back in the day? You would actually be able to go into the settings. Well, you could actually type out lines of code and literally drop everything down. So you strip all the textures from everything, and you could get like 120 frames versus running it at full spec. It would be like 30, but you can't do that in games anymore. You can't strip away the textures.
Very few. There's some that let you in there. There's actually a few more games on like it's 7 Days to Die is getting ready to do something like that. Mm-hmm. There's a few of them that are getting more like that. Some people are actually learning that graphics aren't everything.
No, gameplay is far more important.
Way more important. And somebody, I don't even remember what game it was. They pissed me off the other day talking about it, and I just shut off they pissed me off so bad I just shut off my Twitter. Like, fuck you. Oh, it was over the game RimWorld.
That's a good game.
I love that fucking game, but if you're a graphics person, it's going to be shit, because the art style they use isn't, top of the line. They actually use kind of cheesy looking characters, but it's a great fucking game. Mm-hmm. And they're like, I just don't like it. Like, did you even fucking play it? I was like, you know what? I'm just going to walk away.
Just walk away.
Just walk away.
Break the wrist. Walk away. I can't talk today.
Morning, 6 minutes. Next 6 minutes. How's everyone this morning? Good. We're geeking out a little bit about old computers and older games and such. What's the older game? Let's say 5 years ago. What was the game that was eating up your time?
I just got back into PC gaming 2 years ago. From like a 10-year hiatus. I just kind of, since smartphones came out, I remember I had a really crappy build 10 years ago or so, and I really didn't use it very much. And then Smartphones came out. I was like, fuck, I can do everything on my phone. I don't need a PC anymore. But then I got back into video editing and all that kind of shit. So it's only been last 2 years, man. But before that, it was a lot of Quake. I mean, 2000s, early 2000s, up into like 2006. Just Quake and all that kind of. Even though Quake was dead at that point, I still had a lot of fun playing it.
Well, 5 years or so ago, I was deep still into World of Warcraft.
Oof. I had a friend fucking destroy his life over that game.
Yeah, you can get deep into it, and sometimes people don't come out.
Yeah. Like, this was the kind of guy that would just play for 12 hours a day.
Oh,
Whenever he'd go outside, his eye was like, he was just exposed to the fucking world and everything was hurting his eyes.
Not the light.
Reminds me of that from the bench warmers when he comes outside.
Oh, God, that game wreaked untold havoc on our fucking society.
Well, it worked out well for me because I asked my wife to watch my character one day because I had to run to the store for her.
Bad move.
Yeah,
No, she had so much fun. She ended up getting her own account and we used to play together.
Oh.
So it was great. It's crazy how into that game some people get. WoW was still not as bad, even though it had far more players than. Oh shit! I just had it. The Sony game that came before it.
EverQuest.
EverQuest, yes. Evercrack.
Yeah, I love my Necro. I miss.
I only played it once. I didn't like it. I'm like, fuck this shit, and I stopped playing it. But yeah, that ruined marriages and shit.
Oh yeah, 100%. The game I always really fucking enjoyed, and I still do to this day, is fucking Age of Empires.
Oh, I love Age of Empires. Yeah, I just picked up the special edition 3 on one of the Steam sales recently.
Oh really? I like playing the original with the expansion. I don't like the newer ones.
I like all the games like that. Age of Empire. What was the Microsoft one? God damn it, my brain don't work. There's a lot in that genre that they're basically the same games, just with a little bit different settings and stuff. Oh yeah, I used to love it. I love Axis versus Allies, which is kind of the same.
Good.
Never played it.
It's basically the same.
Yeah, I like it.
You like it, Dan? Do you really like it?
I do, because I get to play it during social studies.
Nice.
What are you 10? What are you playing this at?
No, that was in high school. It's fantastic. It was Axis and Allies 2. If you got all your stuff done, you got to go sit at the computer and play. And I was always the first one done because social studies is easy. Just
oh my god,
attention.
I'm so old. The only thing we had, you already know where I'm going with this, monkey.
Yep.
The only I do you know, the only game I played back in fucking school was Oregon Trail on the fucking floppy disk.
Math Blaster.
We had
fuck you, Dan.
King's Quest was on ours, and what was the space one?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It wasn't Space Quest, was it? I can't remember, but where you had that little guy who slowly walks across the screen, and he died way too much. Yes, thank you. Rise of Nations, says Randy. That's what I was thinking of, the Microsoft one. That's very much like Age of Empires.
Yeah, do you remember how they noticed all these kids really enjoyed playing all those floppy disk games like Oregon Trail and all that kind of shit? And then they started coming out with games that were geared towards math, and all the kids were like, "What is this shit?"
Yeah, like fuck this.
Fuck this.
Edutainment.
Yeah, I want to go hunting for deer and die of fucking dysentery.
God, Peter. Yeah, Roger Wilco. I forgot about that.
Oh, what about Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Oh,
the
yeah.
floppy disk in elementary school. Oh man, I always
welcome to the nostalgia stream, guys.
Dr. Quandaries. I like that one.
Everybody under 20. All the 25-year-old and under have no fucking clue what we're talking about.
No, and you guys missed out on a great age of video games.
We got to see the birth of true PC gaming.
Fucking right, we did. It was great, but we all agree we don't want to go back.
No.
Fuck no.
Nope. I'll play one as a fun little retro day, and then I won't touch it for years.
No, but while it was happening, it was something because there was nothing before.
There was nothing before it.
There's nothing before it.
It's amazing what has changed in our lifetime. I mean, somebody just said, Deck just said, Qbert. I loved Qbert.
Oh, Qbert's fun.
If you go back, I remember when video gaming blew up with Pac-Man, believe it or not. And to go from Pac-Man to games now that are basically they're getting closer and closer every day to photorealism. Crisis got really close, but that was a shit game. And just to see that it only took like what 25 years for that, 30 years.
Yeah,
That's fucking amazing to
From-
go to the strides, man. It's amazing.
from the Atari to what we have now has been, when the Atari come out, it was like 78, 77.
Yeah, it was at the end of the 70s. It got really popular in the early 80s.
And then Nintendo blew them out with the NES.
Yeah, man, you remember the NES came out, I was like, wow, this is fucking beautiful.
I was 6 years old, and my nephew and I, well, I'm the youngest of seven. However, my nephew is the same age as I am. So he was like my brother growing up. And Christmas morning, 1985, we got the NES. And we were on school break for like a week or two. That's all we did for fucking, like, we didn't sleep. We didn't do anything. We were like 6, 7 years old, and it was like crack. It was beautiful.
Let's see. I think I was 10 or 11 when we got ours. And yeah, everybody in the neighborhood got them that year for Christmas, and that's all we did.
Fucking right, man. Do you remember the fucking what was the pad you put on the floor when you do the hurdles and shit?
Oh my god, I forgot. Oh yes.
I don't remember what it's called now. It's like Pro something, I thought.
Yeah. I didn't know anyone who had one of those. I did know one person who got the gyroscope thing, the gyrobot. Nobody else in the neighborhood had it, and we all thought that was awesome. But it was
okay, yeah. I know what
Power
you're talking about.
controller mat. That's what it's. Power pad controller mat.
Yeah,
There
you
you
used
go,
to do the running game on it, and you'd be like running in place on this fucking mat. How did that thing even work? That was weird.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
Did you ever play Leisure Suit Larry on the PC? Yes, I did. And I've actually played all the way through it. I remember thinking I beat it because in the original Leisure Suit Larry, the idea is to get laid. And
that's the thing for all the leisure suits.
when you come to this part where there's a prostitute and you can bang her. So you bang her, and if you don't have a condom, you die.
Oh my God.
So the next time I got a condom, I'm like, cool, the game's over. And you bang her, and it comes up and tells you, well, you had sex. It wasn't what you were really looking for. So you have to keep playing. I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Should that be the end all be all at that point of a game?
It should have been, but yeah, it was. That was a little trick they had for you.
I bet women wrote that.
The great thing about the original Leisure Suit Larry is it was very much in the same art style as the original King's Quest.
Oh, God.
Just with a creepy bar hopper. Yeah, it was great.
King's Quest.
Man. I had the original Pong game.
Bear wants you to know, Monkey, that he went to go get tested for this ADHD thing. So he'll be here if he can be here if we're still doing what we're doing.
Cool. All right.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, you're fine, dude. Why are you telling him you got me on fucking? You could have just told me.
Yeah, he was
my
gabbing at me
goodness.
though while he was on the train and all that.
Far actually did make the Q-tip fighting a pipe cleaner.
I saw that.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I haven't been to my Twitter in a while. Sometimes people get mad at me because they'll send me stuff on Twitter during shows, and I'm like, I usually don't have it up unless I'm actively looking for something.
Yeah. Don't feel bad. He just doesn't do it.
Yeah. Anyhow, I had a thought and it just escaped me, and it was my own fault.
Don't you hate that when it happens?
I do, and it's happened to me like a lot in the last 3 days. More packages, American Mail Bomber. At least they're not calling him the MAGA Bomber anymore.
Maybe they realize it's starting to backfire because that kind of shit motivates the right, man.
It does. It really does. Ooh, Megyn Kelly's staff revolts. Really? She didn't say anything that bad.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I haven't followed that one iota of anything. What did she actually do?
She said that when she was young, it was okay for people to be in blackface and whiteface, and shouldn't that be okay for Halloween?
Yeah. It was like that when I was a kid. I think I told this story on your stream, a matter of fact. When I was younger, Mr. T was fucking popular.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to be Mr. T for fucking Halloween. They used to sell Mr. T masks. One kid in my elementary school, circa 1987, showed up in all blackface with fucking fake chains and a fucking wig on, in blackface, shoe polish.
Yeah.
That kid was the coolest kid for the fucking day.
Yes.
No problem at all.
You know why? Because intent matters. Prospero saying she's out at NBC. Damn, that's not come through on where I'm looking, but I don't doubt it.
Well, that's what happens when she had a massive fan base on Fox and she left to go to fucking NBC. That was her fucking fault.
Yeah.
That's her fault. She had no one to blame but herself.
I agree with her on this subject because context matters. If you're out there doing, you're trying to remake minstrel shows, those are a bit different. If you're trying to bring minstrel shows back to life, yeah, you're probably a racist douchebag. If you're out there trying to portray your hero, like with your story with Mr. T, and the guy comes in all black, you'd be like, motherfucker, that's cool.
Well, especially when you're a kid, man. We're not talking about teenagers or late teens. We're talking about like 7-year-olds and 8-year-olds.
Peter, exactly. There's a big difference between emulating someone and mocking them. Yes, exactly. Hammer shoot me a link. I'm guessing that's going to be Megan Kelly is off her 9 a.m. show and may not be back. Well, I did see over on Drudge, they had a story that they weren't playing her. Oh, it's the same story actually. That her show today is is a repeat, and they're not sure what's going to happen. Over her saying that when she was a kid, that it was okay to have to use black makeup.
Well, that's what happens when you go.
That's
what happens when you go to a liberal network and you kowtow to PC culture. Live by the fucking sword. For Megan Kelly, she hopped onto the sword. Now she has to fucking deal with it.
And she did. She did it over stupid ass reasons.
She's hot though. Can we agree?
She is. There's something about her that's kind of weird to me, but yeah, I'd fuck her.
Where are you guys at on Dana Perino? Because I find her
really Dana Perino. I know that name.
She's on the 5. She's a panelist. She sits to the right, on the right side of the table.
I'm not in the blondes.
Right next to Greg Gutfeld. Dana Perino.
Yeah,
she's press secretary for Bush.
She's okay. She's old now, man. And I don't mean that in a bad way. She looks old.
I'd still bang it out.
Yeah, I would too. But
girls need love too.
I think she's younger than you, though. I think she's only like
that's the
early
thing.
30s, 40s, not 30s,
90,
40s.
Let's see. But calling Kanye's meeting Trump a minstrel show was perfectly fine. Of course, yeah, because they were fucking with them. Gutenberg and Dax, if you wear a black mask, is the same thing as blackface. Ooh, that's a good question.
What are we talking about? Like balaclavas?
Well, like when we were kids, when me and Gutenberg were kids, you'd buy your costume and it came with a little plastic mask.
Oh, yeah. No, I used to wear this stuff all the time. It was great.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't recall any time that I actually had a black mask, but I think now it's being forced down our throats so goddamn hard. We would think twice about doing it because we know how it's going to be perceived. And let's be honest, who wants that fucking hassle?
Yeah,
having to come out and defend yourself, even if you choose to do that, like no one wants to do that shit.
Well, see, I kind of do. The only reason I don't is because I have a family that would have to deal with the backlash.
Right.
If I didn't have a family that I have to think about, my first face reveal would be done in blackface, just as a joke.
That sounds like something drunk Gutenberg would do.
Well, I think this society needs more of that. I think we have gotten to the point that these fuckers need to just be inundated with this shit until they realize it's not a bad thing, you stupid shits.
I thought you were going to go with exterminated, but yeah, I agree with that other point.
No, not exterminated. No, that is old drunk Gutenberg. No, for me, it's just a matter of they need to get thicker skin. And in this case with her, I mean, you don't even need thick skin. She's talking about how things actually used to be and wondering why they're not that way anymore. That is a perfectly fucking legitimate question.
Not when you work for, what was it, NBC?
NBC, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I previously stated before, she hopped on that sword, and now she's going to let it slide through her fucking guts, and she's going to be without a career because I guarantee Fox ain't going to take her back.
Oh no. She jumped on that hashtag Me Too train and pointed it squarely at them.
What the
Mistakes
fuck?
are made.
What the fuck do you think she was like in her brain? She was one of the biggest stars on Fox for what 2-3 years.
Yeah,
Long
She had
time.
her. Whose slot did she replace? It was like the 8 p.m. Did she replace O'Reilly?
no, she was. Where wasn't she the 9 o'clock slot?
I think she was after the 5, so that would have been the 9 o'clock slot. Or wait, no, 5 at 5. Wait,
Because didn't Tucker take over directly for?
yeah, Tucker took over for Riley.
Yeah,
She was after the 5. She was 6 o'clock slot, which was Brett Bears, I think, or before Brett Bear or after Brett Bear.
Oh, I'm thinking of her primetime show. Wasn't she in the 9 o'clock slot?
Could have been. We need a boomer.
Yeah, Prospero says 9.
The boomers always come through.
Boomers no.
She got Fox News on the background right now.
She was Megan was number 2 as far as I know, because O'Reilly. Well, maybe she was 3 because O'Reilly and Hannity tend to dominate their ratings, and then whoever's in that 9 o'clock spot does pretty well. But yeah, she turned on him because somebody might have grabbed her ass once. Shut up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. That's what you get for wearing those tight ass fucking skirts that only come up.
Don't tell me you don't want people to look at them boobies when you got them out like that.
I never got that. It's like, yeah, I'm going to wear the most plunging neckline possible. If you look, though, I swear to God.
Well, there is a reason for that, actually.
Prove the other girls are better than them?
No, it's because they want certain guys to look.
Ah,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Only the hot guys.
Yes, that's what it
treat
is.
them like garbage, and then they'll cry to mom that the hot guy was so mean to them, and then go find another hot guy.
Citron says, I had a dream that I met Ranting Monkey, and he was apparently black. Well, if we ever meet, you're going to be really surprised because I'm as white as the background you typed that on.
He don't go outside, folks.
Even when I do, man, I am either white or red.
Like a fork in a microwave?
Yes.
Jimmy P made a bad joke? Where?
Oh, man. What a great Thursday morning.
Didn't she take Greta's spot? Maybe that's what it was. She took Greta Van Sustren's spot.
She was boring. Brett Baer was boring too.
No, I think what they did is because Greta used to be on after Hannity, so what they probably did is moved Hannity to 10 and slid her in there.
Probably.
I can't remember. I know. But anyway, she left the channel that made her famous, stupid bitch.
Right. Where are you guys at on O'Reilly? I always liked him.
I like O'Reilly.
I like his interviews more than his opinions.
Yeah.
Like when he interviewed Marilyn Manson. That was a really interesting interview.
Manson's pretty interesting to listen to talk because he's nothing like his music would suggest.
Not at all.
I think O'Reilly did really good interviews. I still liked his opinions. The thing he does at the beginning, there were very few times I disagreed with what he was saying there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, his interviews were the best.
Do you remember how big fucking Glenn Beck was like during the whole Tea Party thing in 2010?
Yes. And then
he was so big for like 3 years, and then he just fell off the face of the earth.
Oh, he's still around.
Yeah, but he has his like own network now, and like nobody watches his show.
Blaze, yes. And he's insane. He's absolutely insane.
Well, he had to have seen that coming. But the Blaze is like a subscription base. Like you got to pay like monthly to watch him. It's like, come on. And in this day and age of digital media and with a lot of shit being free, a paid subscription, bro. I mean, you're gonna get like 60-year-olds. You're not gonna get the newer generation of right-leaning people coming up. It's like, what are you doing?
Well, if you're doing it for money, you want the 60-year-olds because they have it.
Yeah, but that's a zero-sum game at some point. There's no longevity in that because your fan base is going to end up dying within 10 years while Glenn Beck's not an old man. He's in his mid-40s, maybe late 40s.
Oh, he's got to be older than that.
In his 50s.
60s, 50s and 60s at least.
Nah, Glenn Beck? Someone Google Glenn Beck.
All right, let's see how old Glenn Beck is.
I'd say 52. He's not that old. I mean, in terms of political
54.
pundits. Yeah, he's not that old. He's still got a good 20 years left, 15 years left. But to put all your chips in on, the older boomer type fucking generation. That's not a.
That's what you do is you hit that really hard and you build up a nest egg.
I mean, that's good, but nobody talks about him anymore. Nobody talks about him. He's not out in the ethos anymore like he used to.
The only time they talk about him is when he's doing really crazy shit.
Right. He's like he's like a boomer Alex Jones at this point.
Isn't Alex Jones the boomer Alex Jones?
I absolutely love Alex Jones as a personality.
Yes.
Even though I think he's crazy as fuck, I think I'm glad he exists in the world, and I do not think anybody's ever going to be able to take his place.
I think we could get somebody to take his place. I mean, he's not new. He's just the big one for the moment right now. I mean, is he really that different than Morton Downey Jr. was?
Oh, Morton Downey Jr.
Such a bright, shining star that crashed so goddamn hard.
Oh, he took it to 10 and rode it right into the rocks, just like Alex. Oh, that is a great comparison, Monkey.
Hi, Bear. How you doing, bud? That's one we've actually made a few times over on Lords of the Night because he is. For those of you who don't know, Morton Downey Jr. used to run a talk show. It was great on in syndication, I believe. And late nights, and he smoke his cigarettes, chain smoke them worse than I do, and yell at people. That's what he did.
So good at that.
Yeah. Some might claim he's my illegitimate father. Prospero in the chat says Crowder is doing well, Goober. Absolutely, Crowder is the model.
Crowder's awesome. Yeah,
Crowder is the model that I'm talking about. What Glenn Beck should have done.
You're probably right, but the problem is that Beck is crazy.
Well, I mean, Crowder did show up to universities wearing a diaper, holding signs. I mean, that's not.
Well, he does it to be funny. Where Beck, I think, is just a loon.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
I mean, I've seen a lot of people have joked, "Oh, Crowder must be gay. He every time he can dress up like a woman, he does it." Crowder does things he thinks is funny. Are they funny? I don't know. You have to. That's for you to decide. But I think he is, and his "Change My Mind" series is fucking amazing. It is beautiful.
I look forward to those. When I hear they're coming up, I'm like, oh god, just release already.
Well, you know it's good when there's memes all over the internet.
Oh yeah.
In a positive light. That's why I think, I mean, he's obviously very internet savvy and he's gathering this whole, I guarantee that he probably has a hand in changing a lot of the younger generation's minds towards leaning to the right. And people like that, I think, are extremely important in American society today.
When he's on point, yes.
But he has a lot of humor and skits and comedy is how you ingratiate someone to new ideas, in my opinion. It's the easiest form.
It is, but the problem with what he does is that we're not allowed to laugh at stuff anymore. So it's why I appreciate him so much, because I watch Ben Shapiro, and like when he does Ben Shapiro's talks, I don't give a fuck about, but like when he goes into his question and answer stuff, Ben Shapiro is awesome to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not funny. That's the dry, here's how the real world works kind of thing.
Right.
And you're right. You need the humor, and Crowder knocks it out, man.
But Ben does embrace the memes and everything like that. He's just he's more intellectually driven.
Yes, exactly. And he's also more likely to not make mistakes, where Crowder occasionally does, which, you know, we all do. But as soon as you make a mistake, boy, everybody, remember that time he was wrong?
Absolutely. But Crowder is more of an entertainer.
Yes.
Than Ben Shapiro is more of an intellectual.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And the entertaining, I would argue, would probably bring more people or make people more willing to change their minds than, I don't know, Ben Shapiro does fucking destroy people. So that'd be like kind of a toss up. And people like those owned moments. So
they do.
In a way, that's comedy in itself, when he's destroying somebody so bad and he throws in a couple underhanded puns. Like, that is a form of, I don't even know what would you call that?
I'm not sure. Toasted Network asks, would you like a left-wing Crowder if he was honest?
Well, I mean, like left wing, like today's left wing, or like left wing, like 15 years ago. Like, you know,
if it's somebody who comes out there and they're supporting, because if you want me to be left, we're going to have to talk about social issues. That's where I tend to go left. When it comes to constitution or finances, I'm on the right. But if you're talking about things like somebody who comes out in favor of legalizing marijuana, somebody sat down and marijuana should be legal, changed my mind, I'd fucking enjoy the shit out of that.
yeah, but even the right-leaning people now are more libertarian on social
They're
ideas.
getting there.
Oh, I think they are there. I mean, Ben Shapiro says no. Well, Ben Shapiro, I think he implicitly states a lot of times, like, I don't care what two men want to do. But as far as me, as far as my personal beliefs, I don't agree with it. But you go do what you want to do.
Sure.
The right 20 years ago would have been like, no, we need legislation to stop the sodomites out here in the streets, fucking people in their there has been a cultural shift even amongst the hard right people. For the most, I'm not talking about the neocons of the Bush era. I'm talking about the younger right coming up.
No, I agree with you. And I think that's a great thing. I think Crowder's actually a pretty good example of that.
Yeah, Crowder would be fucking.
But you do still have the old guard who's like, we can't smoke the pot. It's going to make everybody crazy.
Oh, the fucking Chris Christie's of the world.
Yeah.
Well, those Chris number one, Chris Christie ain't gonna last it to 2020. That man is morbidly obese. He's gonna get diabetes and fall over a fucking cat or some shit. Like, he's gonna be dead in 4 years. No one cares about him. But the majority of the people don't care about pot anymore. Once those older generations, the ones now 65 and above, pass off in 20 years, like that ideology is not gonna be around anymore.
I'm very conservative about it. I don't care if you smoke it at home or in designated places, but just don't do this shit around me. I hate that smell. I just don't like what it makes it do.
You don't like the smell of skunk?
I love the smell of weed.
Surprisingly.
It was so. My wife is so naive. She was brought up a good girl who I'm the worst thing she ever did.
I agree with that.
And I can't remember where we were, but she's like, there's a skunk around here. I'm like, no, baby, that's not skunk. That is not skunk. She goes, what? Somebody around here smoking. Somebody's around here smoking dope. She goes, really? I'm like, yeah. And it was a wonderful moment because she is like that. She's so naive about stuff. This was only like 10 years or so ago. When you live out in the middle of nowhere, you don't run into that smell very often.
No, it's usually an actual skunk.
Yeah, we have a few of those running around. Hell, I'm 64 and all for legalizing pot. Yeah, it's coming around.
It is definitely.
Speaking of coming around, are we gonna send Dorky a link at some point? Because I'm probably gonna have to take off at some point soon.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. I sent Polly one. I forgot Dorky.
All right, bring the women in. I guess we've had our fun.
Gonna be the max for today, guys. If they both come in, because I am trying to limit this to 5 or less because it gets a little hectic at times. Everybody's good. To be very fair, everybody's been very good and very they have stream etiquette, but there's just too many voices trying to be heard at one time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wait till you have to tell someone that's not weed, that's crack. You don't explain how you know. Oh.
The gateway.
I've never seen crack in my life.
I have. But granted, it wasn't on a criminal or anything. It was the police brought in a bunch of stuff back in the day when you could actually, show kids what the danger looked like instead of assuming we'll find it and be like, Mom, what's this?
I'm not talking about that. And listen, I do it.
Hey.
Go ahead. Guys, I'm going to step away from it. I need to use the restroom. Be right back.
Sure. I was just going to say, I did a lot of cocaine in my early 20s. All right. A lot of parties, a lot of having fun, but I've never seen crack. Maybe it's because I didn't have any black friends. I don't know if that's a horrible stereotype, but I know crack's being a lot cheaper and whatnot, but never seen it.
Oh, yeah.
It's much more dangerous too. That's the thing.
Well, I've seen crack. I've never done it. I did a lot of hardcore drugs in my early 20s as well, but yeah, I've never done it. The thing with crack is, like, it's a major, major issue here. Like, crack is cheaper than alcohol to a point where people abuse crack more than they abuse alcohol because it's cheaper.
Well, whatever kills you faster in Australia, right?
Yeah, it's a massive problem in my city. Like, fuck.
Crack just doesn't seem like when we used to do like back in the day. It'd be four of us. We get an 8 ball, snort a few lines, go out and drink some beers at the bar, have a little fun,
Mm.
sneak off to the bathroom, bang out more a couple lines, and then that was our weekend. And then everybody went back to work on Monday and continued on with their day-to-day
Oh,
routine.
yeah.
But it seems like you can't do like recreational crack. Like, like I never heard anybody getting a bag of crack for the weekend. You know what I mean? That just doesn't seem like it doesn't seem
Shit.
like it happens.
My weekends consisted of speed and MDMA and fucking partying all
Jeez.
weekend.
Oh, you were like one of those raver girls out there with glow sticks, shoving them in people's face.
No, no, I'd go to fucking goth and emo punk music clubs, metal clubs.
Oh,
But
gotcha. Nah, man. I mean, I'm all for bringing back good cocaine, man. I think, I don't know. I think more shit would get done. You know, I don't know.
I've never done cocaine before.
Really, but you did MDMA.
Like the crystallized MDMA too.
Okay, well, that's far more fucking dangerous than cocaine. I don't know if you're aware of that or not, but cocaine is fairly, unless you have heart issues, it's not going to kill you unless you sniff a whole 8 ball in a minute and a half. Then you might have an issue. But just like anything, I mean, you can fucking die from drinking 3 gallons of water. Everything in moderation.
yeah, like,
everything in moderation isn't bad.
I could die from my fucking painkillers. Like, the one thing I want right now is for them to legalize medicinal marijuana for chronic pain, because it's only for serious cases right now.
Right.
In Australia, like, it's not for chronic pain; it's for epilepsy and cancer.
What are the laws like in Australia regarding pot?
Oh, it's
like if you get busted with like an eighth, like what generally happens?
It's a Schedule 1 drug. So you get the same charges as you would if you're caught with like heroin or fucking speed, ice.
But is it actually enforced that way? Because here in the States, federally, it's considered a Schedule 1 drug as well, but it's not really enforced at that level anymore.
Well, usually depends on how much you have. Like, if you have an ounce, then you're definitely going down to the fucking station, because it's intent to sell. Like, because the cops don't believe that a person can smoke an ounce, which they can easily, but that's intent to sell. So I don't know. But most of the time, if it's a first offense, like if the first time you get caught, they usually send you to drug and alcohol counseling first. If you get caught a second time, you'll probably get a fine or whatever.
Well, that doesn't sound really that bad. I mean, obviously, I think we all wish it would be decriminalized or legalized, but that's not. I mean, up until about 10 years ago, I believe in the state of Texas, like you would be thrown in jail for months for like even a roach. I believe.
Oh, fuck.
I don't mean to change the subject here, but there's an interesting poll that Petite Nicoco sent out. Who judges women more harshly for how they for their appearance, men or women?
Oh, women, definitely women.
Men are instant. Men are instant, and it lasts for a couple seconds. I think women will drag on about it.
Women are vindictive. They're fucking cruel when it comes to another woman's looks. They'll point out every single thing on a woman's body that they don't like.
Well, I think it's even a funny question how many times we've heard, that I got my hair changed and he didn't even notice. Bitches noticed. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, I don't like that hair. You look like ass. Most people are saying women, and yeah, there are 221 votes in this poll, and 95% of them say women. So
yeah.
The only thing guys say, there's 3 modes when a guy sees a girl. I would fuck her. I would not fuck her. And then there's the in between where you got to take 3 seconds and really think about it. And then after that, the thought is gone.
It's the I would fuck her, but I don't want my friends to know.
Yeah, but there's also,
Lol.
I mean, we've all seen those girls like you're at the bar with your buddy and someone points out a girl and you guys have to have that private secret eye contact conversation. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and then you do you hold your hand out like you're fucking Caesar, right? And you kind of do a little shake like, yeah, probably. I don't know if you women know we do this, but we all do this.
And there's Polly. Welcome, Polly. How are you this morning?
Another broad.
See, that's the kind of shit women couldn't take if we treated them that way.
Why?
I was caught because women tend to be emotional and they take it personally when we're just joking around. Polly, your mic's not on, bud. Or
Lady.
there you
Oh, I
go.
think it's working.
Oh, it is. Have you been judging women for their looks today, Polly?
I am always judging women for their looks. You don't need to ask about the day.
Oh, Polly, I thought you said Poppy.
No, not Polly. I said Polly. Oh, so you weren't making an insult there. You were actually.
No, but I wish I would have now. Yeah.
Poppy.
Whoa!
Fucking
Shots fired.
He accidentally insulted you, Polly.
See,
Okay.
I dish out the burns. I don't even know I'm doing it.
Yeah, you didn't.
Just
Right.
give it time, we'll come up with a good one.
Took for a while to load. I didn't even hear it, so I'm going to consider that a good thing.
Polly, how's your Thursday morning going?
My Thursday morning is going quite well, Gutenberg. Funky, Dax,
Hello.
Dorky, how is it going for you?
I should be asleep in a few minutes, actually, but it might not happen.
Why is that?
I have to get up and go to work early because the boss wants me to come in early.
Well, fuck him.
I tried to say that, but he wouldn't take the hint.
Take the man down.
So you got a call in the morning that you need to come in early?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, see, why'd you answer the phone?
I got a text
Why did you respond to the text?
because it knows when I read it. At least his phone does for whatever reason.
Oh, he's got to read.
You got the little
That's
scene
stupid.
icon with check mark next to it.
If you don't mind me asking, what's the what app are you using for that?
Just whatever messenger came with my phone.
Oh, really? Just standard SMS? Okay.
Mhm.
I didn't think they had read receipts on them.
You're
Oh.
being
That's why
knows
Apple
what I
products suck.
Is it an iPhone?
What?
He just seems to know. Either that or he just assumes I read it right away.
You're being
I-
judged right now.
I think it's something you can turn on or off. I remember a friend of mine who used to manage a bar and or a pub, and another friend of mine worked there. And I'm like, so you texted him to come in, and it's like, yeah. And one of these times when he comes in, I'm going to sneak into his phone because he doesn't have it password locked, and I'm going to turn on the option that turns on read receipts automatically to send read receipts. I'm going to goddamn well know when he's read it. I was like, that's funny.
Shit.
Yeah, Jim Healy says that he's assuming that's right, and he's tricked you. I would have been, hey man, I set my alarm to wake up at a certain time because I want to be there on time. And if you text me early, I'm sorry. I'm still trying to get a good night's sleep so I can do a good job for you.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I'm reading about this Tiffany versus Twitter. Hey, have you guys heard about this?
No.
No.
Apparently, back in 2017, she decided to sue her school and Twitter for $100 million
Fuck.
Why?
because of harassment.
Oh boy.
The harassment at the school led to a fellow classmate creating a Twitter account at Tiffany Dehan that was used to defame Dehan by calling her a Nazi and a member of the KKK, making jokes about violence to animals, and referencing her chastity, among other things. She reported it to Twitter, which has a policy to protect users from harassment. Twitter didn't take it down immediately when she reported it, so she's suing them. I don't know why it's trending right now, though.
That much money is unrealistic, though.
Well, she's a law school student, so she went big.
Yeah, you just explain the whole thing.
Yeah. You throw shit
I
at
just
the
wanna
wall
know-
and see if something sticks.
Gutenberg,
We'll
as I
say-
understand it, you insulted me when I came on. I didn't hear it, but it caused me distress. Papers will arrive today.
Hey,
Um,
earlier in the stream, I said I do not open mail, so you're shit out of luck.
No, but the cops will come open it for you when you don't respond.
Ah, fuck me.
I hate, like, not frivolous lawsuits, I guess would be the term, but I think we got to come up with a better one. It's just,
well, I think frivolous is right. That's what they are. It's so many of them are, I'm going to sue this store because I fell in there, and I'm going to sue them for $10,000.
I hear you. I mean, they are frivolous. You're right. And it's like, lack of responsibility and then trying to blame everyone around you for everything. But then there's like, it still technically fits into the category of frivolous lawsuits. I just think there should be a subcategory of completely pussified, shut the fuck up lawsuits where it's like my feelings is what I want.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We should be able to have a name for this that people want to avoid, so they would not want to be called as having put forward such a lawsuit.
Isn't it ambulance chasing?
Well, no, those are the attorneys themselves.
I think we should call them Avenattis.
Nice. Come on, man. You're pulling an Avenatti. That's perfect. I love it. Well done, Monkey.
One time I was called to jury duty, and it was a fucking stupid lawsuit. And what really annoyed me the most is that it was a summons. So if you don't show up to jury duty, you get a fine or a jail sentence. It's the same as being a witness. It's the same summons. You get a fine or a jail sentence if you don't show up to court just for jury duty. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, Dax, you saw that message from Hammer? Yeah, that's solid info to pay attention to from Techie Hammer. I didn't know that. That's good to know. Turn that shit
I don't know
off.
jack shit about phones. I just bought a smartphone because I really just had to have it just to have the internet where I needed it.
Sure, yeah, but turn that shit off, man. You could cause you all kinds of trouble. Your girlfriend asks you where you're at, and I didn't get the message, baby. Yes, you did.
Fucking Boomer Dan over here just got a smartphone.
I didn't want it. I liked my flip phone. I didn't really need it for much of anything, but all of a sudden I needed to have more access to the internet where I was going. So there it was.
Can you kick people out of Hangouts?
You can try.
Out of Hangouts, yeah.
Get Dan out of here. I'm tired of his shit already. You're ruining my Thursday, Dan. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Wait, I don't give a shit.
Fuck you, Dan.
Shit, Goot.
Never go Avenatti from Crunchyroll Gamers. I'm thinking of suing this person because of mental distress. You never go full Avenatti.
Do you think he's actually going to run in 2020?
I think he's seriously considering it, yeah.
Do you know how fun the primaries are going to be?
It'd be hilarious if he does. Fucking hilarious.
I listened to a Rogan podcast the other day with someone that is around the Bernie Sanders crew, and there's a potential run in his future. This is going to be fucking interesting.
While you can't use campaign funds to, like, let's say, pay your mortgage, like you can't be that direct about it. There are lots of, when you have a giant pool of funds that are available for you to run your air quotes campaign, you can spend that money on a lot of personal things. For example, all of the quote business dinners that you have associated with your campaign planning, right? I can see somebody like Avenatti running a campaign just to collect funds to be able to dip into it. Like the guy is, oh man, he's a greasy weasel. That fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And from that point on, we'll be able to claim attorney at law and former presidential candidate.
Oh yeah.
He's not going to make it past the first round, even if he does.
No, he'll get beaten down quickly because he's got the name recognition. He's built that up for himself, but he's done it as creepy porn lawyer.
That's what I mean. Do you even realistically think that he cares? I think the run in and of itself is all that matters because he sees it as a step to the next thing. Do you really think he cared about vindication of Stormy Daniels? No, it was a means to an end, right?
You got a point.
When it comes to this run, I think he is serious. I don't know if that's why he did it, but people put that in his ear, and he's like, "I can do it." No, you can't. No, you can't.
Yeah, but he gets super fucking triggered about creepy porn lawyer. Like as soon as he went on Fox with Tucker Carlson, he's like, some ground rules before you start the interview. You will not refer to me as creepy porn lawyer.
Oh, you can't cock the tuck. Number one, number two. Could you imagine if we have a repeat of fucking Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton?
Oh, I don't think it'll go that way, but it would be funny.
I mean,
I don't see Hillary fucking doing it again, but you know, who knows?
well, I don't know if she wants to go down in history as the person that lost to Donald Trump in 2016. I mean, she's going to be immortalized as that person in the history books. No one's going to her Secretary of fucking State or whatever the fuck she did before. She's going to be the person that lost to Donald Trump, and then the person that lost to the first black guy. I think she has a personal vendetta, and I think she's narcissistic enough and so much of a sociopath that she actually thinks she could probably win in 2020, that she'll do it. And she has the money too. She has the money to do it.
Oh, this chick is trending because she was trying to fight the they call it being taxed, but she has to pay for Twitter and the University of San Diego's court costs and legal fees, and she's trying not to get out of it. That Tiffany chick.
Well, she lost.
Oh, Twitter? She did lose. Yes, she did.
Shit.
What was the precedent for
that? For what? For her having to pay, or for her losing?
For her having to pay.
That's it's depending on where you bring actions. It happens. Avenatti just had to do that to Trump.
No. What was her lawsuit? What was she claiming?
She was claiming that they didn't follow their own rules and caused her damage.
Oh God.
Even though the account that we just read about a moment ago said right in the description, very high up, that it was a parody account. So yeah, they tossed that, and they're like, now you have to pay their legal fees. And she's like, I don't want to. Welcome to the legal world, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys know that Avenatti had bankruptcy issues and he was evicted from his Newport Beach office?
Yeah, he also
for failure to pay rent. I didn't know that.
$200,000 for 4 months. He also was ordered. Yeah, Grouchy just mentioned it. He was just ordered to pay $4.5 million to his former partner, which was supposed to be part of his bankruptcy filing.
Oof.
But he backed that himself. So when his law firm didn't do it, that $4.5 million became a personal debt he owes now.
Wow.
That's like, what was that line that Tony Soprano said one time? That guy's got debts that you'd drink Drano if you had them.
No, he's just taking all of these stupid cases, these weird fucking cases, to try and get that money. Like, he doesn't care at this point what he has to do.
Can you imagine the call, the moment, the legal proceeding, the paperwork that he received the moment when he's reading or hearing that, that $4.5 million has just been converted to personal debt?
Well, you know what? Hey, fuck him. This is the asshole who, after he lost the suit against Donald Trump for defamation against Stormy Daniels, went out there and said, I've won billions of dollars for my clients. Well, that should mean you got a pretty hefty sum, you bitch. Go pay your bills.
Right.
How much you want to bet that if he runs, he'd take the campaign funds to pay off the fucking debt?
He'd be thrown in jail for it.
But that's what I was saying, Dorky, is that, like, no, you can't directly access the funds like that. But I have no doubt in my mind that there are a number of ways that you can dip into those funds for all sorts of ways to still live high off the hog while not having to pay for it, like, i.e. business dinners, car rentals, all sorts of things. You know what I mean? Operate your legal service out of your campaign office. And it's the rent on it's being paid through your campaign funds. And I have no doubt that there's a large amount of suckers out there that would hand him money. Sure, why not?
Speaking of, I'm sorry, Paul.
No, go ahead. I was done.
I was going to say, speaking of funds here, whatever happened to Christine Ford? Whatever happened to that $1 million some odd dollars she got?
What do you mean? she's going to collect that GoFundMe money and move to fucking Acapulco. I would.
Well, she already has a $4.5 million home.
Well,
I mean,
if I was her husband, I'd be like, okay, I'm glad my wife and I are on really good terms because she could, shake my stupid ass real quick now that she's got.
if I were a husband, I would have fucking high-fived her. Like, bitch, you just brought in like $1 million fucking two in donation money.
I would have high-fived her.
Now,
She is now the breadwinner of that house.
now, did the Democrats dump her off somewhere, or did she go into fucking hiding? Like, which one is it?
She's in her mansion counting fucking Benjamins. That's what she's doing.
Oh,
Million
the,
two.
the,
Million
the
two.
Democrats would have paid her. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Just it blows me. That bitch walked away with $1 million too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Plus, the
GoFundMe.
Democrats would have paid her off too, and fucking because it was all set up.
She needs
like,
to be careful. She needs to make sure she pays her taxes on that shit.
Yeah. Well, shouldn't she be in fucking jail for perjury?
Well, no, because they can't actually prove that. So this is what happened to Ford right here. Right there.
Ouch. All right, we're done with you. Whew. Except that she landed on a bed of money. That's the only.
Yes, that's the only real difference. But yeah, and this was going around well before the Kavanaugh confirmation. Man, that she was a tool being used, and
Of course.
What did she get? 1.2. So she's going to end up with at least $600,000 of that in cold hard cash.
Mm-hmm.
Because her lawyers were working pro bono.
You know what's
They said that during the hearing.
The scene from Breaking Bad when Bill Burr's character and that black dude find all that cash that fucking Mr. White had in that fucking storage container and they just lay on it. That's Christina Ford right now. She's laying on a pile of fucking cash. Oh, these broads. Huh. Jeez.
Yeah. Polydub, wouldn't you get sued for defamation? For what?
If I ever ran the political podcast that people keep suggesting I do, yes, I would. You're right.
Why?
I don't know. People like Dina B and some other people, like as we've been talking here, they're like, why don't you talk politics on your own channel, Polly? And I'm like, I don't know. My opinions tend to get me in hot water. I'm too used to a campus I'm too used to shutting the hell up in my daily life. So YouTube's like a release valve. I get to say what I think.
Scrappy says, LOL, pro bono. No, they were being paid by someone. I'm sure they were, but they stated in the hearing that they were pro bono. So she's not paying for them. She gets to keep that $600K. The donations, depending on what state she lives on, she's going to get hit hard for that. They're going to take at least half of it. Yeah, she's going to get.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misread Stacey Gardner. Wouldn't she get sued for I misread that.
Wouldn't she? Who's she?
She, I'm assuming Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning,
could Kavanaugh sue her for defamation? No.
Yeah, because she's simply asserting of something that happened, and the idea of defamation, if I'm not I forget the technical difference between libel and defamation. That defamation is you propagate something publicly that you know is not true, and provably is not true.
That's like a slander and something else. What? There's a difference between slander and
slander and libel. Libel, I believe, is written. Slander is spoken.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the difference there. But and is it not why it's so difficult? Because you have to be able to prove that they knew it wasn't true.
Yeah. What would happen if he sued her for whatever, lying about him? Let's just say it that way. Then the burden of proof is on him. He has to prove that this never happened. He has to prove that she knew it never happened. Right. So it's better to just let it fade away.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his Supreme Court seat. I mean, unfortunately, his name is completely destroyed, but he got his dream job.
Well, that case was fucking messed up anyway. Like, you saw a video of someone paying off creepy porn lawyer. Like, and I'm pretty sure it was someone from the Clinton team. And, like, instead of the burden of proof being on Ford, the burden of proof was on Kavanaugh to prove that he didn't do it, which I thought was, like, really fucked up. And the way the Democrats acted were just disgusting.
And Prospero makes a good point. I forgot about it. It's true. As public figures are more open to criticism, that has been the standard throughout
That's
U.S.
true.
history. You know, that you once you're in the public light, you're opening yourself up to criticism because that's a necessary reality of free speech and public life and so on. And yeah, fair enough.
You still can't lie about them directly, because that can be an issue, and politicians have sued for that. But again, he would have to be able to prove that she knew she was lying, and it's just better to let it go.
Yeah. Oh God, it's like to actually do it would be nightmares. There were mobs around. Can you imagine?
Oh my god.
Toasted, I checked it. Yeah, I've seen that picture of her. Have you guys seen the picture of her around the time of this supposed incident?
Yeah. Please don't show.
No,
it.
I haven't. Show it.
Really?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a quick.
I may have seen it, but I've forgotten. I want to be reminded.
I need a good nightmare while I sleep today.
Oh man. Seriously though, think about what the Democrats created. Like Kavanaugh would have been, moderate, like independent, mid.
Hold on, don't take it down yet. I want to get a
Wow.
snippet.
Oh my
Hold on.
fucking god.
I'm just snipping it real quick. Give me a second.
Oh, hold on. You gotta
Jesus.
get the one where it's side by side.
Holy Christ.
Because
That's actually
Okay, thank you, Monkey. I got it.
Yeah. Now here's why that picture tells me her story was bullshit. Is he covered her mouth to keep her from talking?
Oh, don't do it, Monkey. Leave it alone, Monkey.
He's really, really drunk. He would have cut her lips up, and she doesn't say anything about that.
You'd remember that too.
the one
You
I
went-
see,
You went
True.
there. Why did you?
the side by side
Sure.
picture that I've seen of both of them, you see him. He's like a young, fit. Hell, he looks like a
Yes,
football
yes, he does.
And then her. It's like, no, come on.
Assuming that's her, because
That is her. That
That's
is
her.
completely
It's from their yearbook or from a yearbook.
it's been confirmed. Okay, because with Milo, I like him a lot, but sometimes the sources are a little meh.
No, that's her. And look, you're a young guy, and she offers you the twice. You'd have taken it, sure, but covering her mouth when she's got those braces, and she's trying to scream, and he's drunk as fuck, and to the point where they're falling all over. He would have busted her lip up.
Yeah, she'd been cut up,
yeah.
and he would have definitely been bit.
P-Dog says her friend that was supposedly there was only 13 at the time. Yeah, it was a dumbass case. Anybody who believes it is sorry, you're a moron.
Not only that, how beautifully it backfired on the fucking Democrats because it motivated the right
It
so
did.
much more than they anticipated.
Oh yeah. And Kavanaugh's gone, like, surely he's gone to the right now, like, after what the fucking Democrats did to him. But the most ridiculous thing is, like, not only did all of her friends say, well, we've never met the dude, I don't know anything about this party she's speaking of, but also everyone that believed Ford was just like, believe all women. Her testimony was extremely credible. Like, it was so credible. It's like, how is it credible?
Vagina. That's what they're banking on. Vagina.
It's a
Ugh.
credible testimony.
Ugh. You fucked up when memes are being spread around, like the one with Kavanaugh showing up for the confirmation hearing and he's holding the keg. Like all those memes going around. You fucked up when funny memes like that are being circulated around.
Oh
on
yeah.
Yeah.
on the opposing side. Like you fucked up because that shit was fucking funny. The meme, I like beer. Like, at that moment they know they fucked up because that is funny.
Okay, for all these guys who are saying they can't say they would have tapped that when they were young. Okay, look, she's not attractive, but you're a 15-year-old boy. Those hormones are raging, and a woman and a girl like that says, "Hey, you want to touch my vajayjay?" You'd have done it. Come on, be honest.
Yeah, don't fucking lie.
Don't
Yep.
lie. You didn't touch that. Come on.
Be fair, a lot of broads had that kind of hairstyle back then. It was Aquanet teased up, folded
God,
over.
man,
Those
Aquanet.
glasses were everywhere too.
You'd have tapped that. That's okay. You don't have to lie.
I mean, I need to see the full length picture. I don't know. That's a toss up. I
There's
mean,
got to be a little bit there that you want because
I'd have wore her like a finger puppet.
Jesus Christ.
What the hell? Mom?
Yuck.
What?
I had respect for you. Now I don't know where it went.
Dude, when I was 15, I'd have fucked anything.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Some of us have standards, Monkey. You didn't when you were 15. Fuck you.
I didn't have standards.
When I was 15, I was a good girl and I was still a virgin.
I was not a virgin.
You're full of shit. I mean, what?
So I was looking for something. Far and I, Far Zeus me, and my Satan Yetis here in chat. We did this thing of we're going to collect ugly high school 1970s yearbook photos because we get bored at 4 a.m. and we were laughing ourselves to watering eyes. I mean, and I've got a nice little collection, and that's going in there. The one of Ford is going in that folder. I mean, here.
Not attractive.
What if you suddenly pass away and people find that on your hard drive?
Oh my god, what the fuck?
They would think you were like a
look at the sideburn hair.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Hang on, let me lock it on you there.
Okay.
There you go.
Jesus.
But it keeps going. Look at that.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
Natalie Portman before the surgery?
What is that?
That's the Hispanic look circa 1983.
That is
What
some like
is that?
Bitch,
who you fighting?
The worst forced smile I've ever seen. It's not even a smile.
But you can tell if you strip that shit away, though, she is attractive.
Yeah, she's a pretty girl.
look how uneven the eye makeup is.
Yeah.
Bitch, who you fighting?
Wow, that's some Aquanet right there. Only Aquanet will do that for you.
That's the reverse waterfall on the left.
Oh shit!
We
what
laughed
is
till our
that?
sides hurt. These were.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I'm so into that look.
What the fuck?
Everybody knows somebody like that lady right
Weren't
there.
they in the Lorax?
Jesus.
Now we discussed this one for a good while.
Oh,
Are they both male, or is one a male and one's a female? And if so, in which order?
Oh, what
One in
is
the back's a
that?
dude. The one in the front.
We decided that the one in the front is a female. We think.
Yeah.
Bitch, who you fighting?
had cover up on 100%. No one's skin is that color. That's like porcelain.
So you think that's a dude who's attempting to cover up the shadow, the 5 o'clock shadow thing?
Dude,
My skin's that
I think John is a
color.
girl. I'm just saying.
The one in the back is a male. The one in the front is a female.
Yeah.
Okay. But look at the so-called female's hands. Those are man hands.
I've known some big bitches with man hands.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, those are man. No. That's a man.
Okay, look at those hairstyles. Wait a second.
Look at the
hairstyles.
Look at the shoulders. Women don't have shoulders like that. They're
yes, they do. Serena Williams and Beyonce have shoulders just like
serious?
that.
You realize back then there were. You realize that back then there were fucking shoulder pads and women had mullets.
That's true.
Don't you remember shoulder pads?
That's a linebacker.
I can prove that one of those is a woman. Is a woman.
Okay,
sure.
This is a wedding. They're both wearing wedding rings.
Yeah, they're okay, but they could be two men.
Not back then.
That's true.
They could be from Arkansas and have throwback styles. It could have been taken last year. You don't know.
That is not. No, that is old.
That is a grainy photo.
Lurch there's got to be a girl. It just wasn't done in the 80s.
Yeah, that bitch that's a chick in the front.
Wow.
You married a manly looking woman, dude.
He did.
He has my sympathies, but yeah.
Well, I mean, look at his face. Like,
I won't make you put
he
up with
wasn't
it.
getting much.
I've got dozens of those, man.
Shit.
Truth be told, she actually looks like my cousin's mother.
Ooh,
there you go.
What were you saying about slander?
The one in the front looks like the Dark Knight Joker. Yeah, it's not far. Several people say both men, and I'm telling you, especially back then, that is a showing off art that we got married thing, and it didn't happen back then.
Nope.
Damn.
Old grouchy gamer in chat says they both have my sympathy.
Jim says they're both women. Look at the ring. See, I went for this. You know, it's.
No, that
Oh,
one in
look
the
at the
back-
rings, like the style of ring.
Yeah,
Is
his
that what he
was a
means?
little girl like ring, but then again, they might be
They were flashy rings.
the proto metros from the day.
Were there metros in the 80s? Weren't they just
Proto
gay?
metros, they weren't there
Oh,
yet.
proto metro.
What the fuck is that?
Toasted said, I searched the web and the media is saying the picture is fake and just a random meme. The one of, what's her name? Ford? Maybe.
I don't know. It's the internet. You can't be.
It looks like her. Either way, when I was 15, I'd have banged it. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on.
Yes.
Prospero says male ring fingers are bigger than their index fingers.
Yeah, that's true. Usually,
Okay.
Usually.
All right, bring the phone.
Not always.
Bring the
yeah.
phone.
Bring it back up.
Okay.
Give one more look. To
Now
make
we gotta examine their ring fingers.
You
Let me know when
that's
you're ready.
The
true.
last thing I do before I go to sleep today is examine some lesbian potential love here.
You
Hold on.
know,
Polly,
that's
does-
true for women too.
What is?
That the ring finger is longer than the index finger.
Hey, hold on. Let me also.
I've heard they are mostly about even leveled for distance.
I don't know. Polly,
From the look of it, both of them have. Well, no, look, see the fat bitch in front. Her forefinger's longer than the ring finger.
Oh well, the individual in question in the front has eye makeup on too. I'm not sure if that means anything, but
I am telling you, that's a chick. You can actually. There's boobs there.
That's a woman in the front, guys. I mean,
That is a woman. It's not an attractive woman. It's not a. It's,
those two are
it's not
definitely
a
fans of
woman I
Flock
would
with Seagulls.
But
okay,
this,
What the
this
fuck?
violates even my standards, guys. So
that is an
Shit, what
Okay.
is that?
like her fattishness really pops out her jawline and gives her a really mannish face, and that's a square head with a square haircut. Bad call.
Yeah.
Shit.
But if you look at the actual jawline, pretend that the fat isn't there on the sides. It's very. That's a woman.
Oh,
she looks like
fuck.
Meatloaf, man.
She does.
Bitch.
Don't be mean to Meatloaf. Come on.
Does that guy
Bitch,
in the
who you
back look like?
fighting?
Does he look like angry, determined to be in this marriage,
He's like,
scared
"Don't
of what
tell-
he's
don't-
done?
Don't call my wife my husband. It's not true.
Failure B says that the person in the back is a woman. No, look at the jawline. That's a
Yeah.
dude.
That's
Yeah, I almost see a little bit of I don't know if that's a shadow or a mustache he hasn't taken quite care of yet, or
Yeah,
what.
that's a herpy boy.
yeah, that
Jesus.
little dot thing. There.
It's a herpes.
It's her.
Oh my god, boys.
Yeah,
We
it
jumped on.
He's got the
No,
herp.
Polly, reverse engineer this. Run this through Google image search and see if you find the word.
I gotta
I
stop.
Stumbled upon some transvestigations. Okay.
Where are they at today? I wonder if they're happy.
No, probably not.
Oh, geez, here we go. Are we reverse engineering this?
Do you want me to?
No. I mean, do we really care that much?
No,
Probably
really.
not.
Anyway, I gotta pop out of here and go grocery shopping. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I'm out too.
You know what?
Oh.
We've actually been going for quite a while. So why don't we just wrap this one up?
Sure.
Guys, chat, thank you guys for the donations. As I mentioned, I can't tell you how much it helps, and I love you for it. Thank you for coming by and hanging out. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already, and you should have already. Dax,
I got
Go ahead.
shillable things.
well, shill it.
Actually, just my Discord.
We'll throw it in chat.
Join my Discord. Puppets.
There you go. Join his Discord. Dax, Dorky, Gutenberg, Polly, thank you guys so much for joining me. Everybody, we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
See you later, everyone.